At SarahCam7808 said Mondays don't put me in a party
All I
mood,
saw
LOL.
was crumble. And smash. Nice. Woo. Sometimes it's hard to figure out who to stay with. A little jumpy there, sorry. Oh, people are getting destroyed. Hope that person's okay. Alright, I'm supposed to be filming Pete, so keep that in mind. Alright.
Yo!
Nice. Woo.
What's going on,
I'm a
everybody?
little jerky with the camera because I didn't have a good amount of time to set up, but
You're watching a banana filmed surf session.
nice.
And this thing will be starting momentarily.
Yeah, very excited.
Just connecting. Did I just get excited about a wave? It's because it's exciting catching waves.
You're about to get smashed. Oh.
Oh, yeah, that happens too. Should I fire up some lights? Let's see.
Down,
Oh,
Pete.
it's not working. Oh,
Nice.
I think we got the lights on.
Nisha? Nisha?
I'm out there with Nisha, I guess, during this surf session.
Oh my god, that's huge, girl. Be careful.
I love Banana's commentary.
Smart enough to just take the whitewash. Oh, and she still got crushed.
Yeah, you can get crushed out there. Surfing ain't easy. It is not easy.
Oh, Pete.
What did I
He
do?
was like, I'll just wait till I feel the ground.
I mean, why not, right?
Welcome to the Blind Surfer Show.
Indeed. Welcome to the Blind Surfer Show. Let me, as everybody's filtering in, I can try and fire up the chat, see if you guys are there.
Matt Hunker said good evening, Pete.
Matt Honker is there, as you guys can tell, if you're
At
brand new.
SarahCam7808 said Lola, do you want to mod horizontal?
The
or
messages
Twitch?
do get read. These are the mods figuring things out. Why do we need mods figuring things out? Well, I'll tell you why we need mods figuring things out. Because this thing has started to blow up. I mean, you know, baby steps. But last night was the very first time that we had 1,000 people on TikTok. I've never gotten to 1,000 on TikTok. We had 1,000 on TikTok, and we had over 1,000 views on Twitch, which is the platform I'm pushing heavily. And I'm doing this, let's see, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is my 6th day in a row. I usually used to do just 2 days a week. And Banana went away on vacation, left me alone, left me with you guys. And every day it's been increasing by a couple hundred views on Twitch. And last night we broke 1,000 on Twitch, which is very exciting. I'm very excited about that we had 4,000 on YouTube vertical, an extra 500 on YouTube horizontal. Hello, horizontal people. There's not many of you, but you hang out there. And then Facebook had a bunch of people too. So I'm very excited about the progress of this thing. Very excited to have the ability to get joined by all of you guys and hang out with you guys every night. And this is my new early time of the Blind Surfer Show.
The Blind Surfer Show is brought to you by Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap. Order a mystery box, pump the nozzle, and see if you can determine the scent just by smell. When you're ready to know for sure, peel to reveal. Order today at blindpenguin.com.
And you should order it today because, oh, my sample bottle's gone. I had a sample bottle here that was gonna, I've been showing you guys, and I lost it. Oh, wait, no, I found it. There it is. Because Banana is the one who actually makes that stuff. I make the bottles, I make the boxes, I pack the boxes. I came up with the scents and stuff, but she's the one that, you know, puts the labels on and puts the stickers on. She's not back for 3 more days, and I've got a tiny stock of stuff downstairs. So if you want to grab a box, do it at blindpenguin.com. Had a casualty here last night. You know, when Banana's away, the puppies get kind of pissed off. They're sad. They miss their mommy. And Steve just mostly mopes. He mopes because he misses his mommy. But Skylar, she gets like vengeful. And Banana had bought a really nice, if Banana you're watching, I've got some bad news for you. She bought a nice new rug underneath the dining room table. And Skylar had been peeing on it a bunch. And I was down there, my hands and knees, spot cleaning. And it just was not coming out. And Banana told me that the rug was, it was machine washable. I don't know, a rug being machine washable? That's what she said. So I put it in the washing machine. and it came out worse, like way worse than it went in. Like I opened the washing machine door, and the whole house just immediately smelled like hot pee. And it was not a good smell. Nisha was here and she smelled it and she's like, whoa, okay, let's get this out of the house. I mean, there was no question. We had to get it out of the house. So casualty on the carpet. Other than that, people wonder, like, as a blind guy, can you survive by yourself? Yeah, I can survive by myself. I'm taking care of the puppies. Hey, starting right off with some bits on Twitch.
Loltapause just cheered 200 bits. Use baking soda.
Well, it's too late now. Now it's just in the trash. Trash truck came and picked it up today. I mean, I guess in the future I'll try baking soda. I was trying one of those enzymatic cleaners. You guys ever bought those? And some of them, what's the one? There's one called like Mr. Icky Poo, and it's crazy expensive, and it's supposed to like get the smell out of anything. And I'll tell you, it does not. It's like an enzymatic cleaner that's supposed to. I used to buy all those enzymatic cleaners when Superdog was a super puppy, and he used to do super pisses all over the place. And I ended up just replacing rug after rug after rug after rug. I was like, dude, potty train already. Oh my god, I haven't spoken to Maggie since she's been away. And she's finally calling me. This is Banana. I'll say hi. Hi, Banana. Good. I just started a live show. I'm in front of the camera talking to everybody right now, but I haven't heard from you for the whole trip, so I figured I'd say hi. Yeah, she said hi, Sarah. Yeah, Sarah's definitely here.
Nice. We spent the whole day in Boston. We went to the MFA. We did the Red Sox game, the whole bit, whatever. And now I'm finally on the South Shore, and I'm meeting up with Sneed to play mini golf. Sounds like a good time. I hope you win this year. I know. It's been like 3 years in a row that I've lost. It's really not cool. Banana does not take losing at mini golf very well.
Zai says just cheered 200 bits.
We got someone cheering right now.
Banana.
They said hi. Someone just paid 200 bits to say hi, Banana. Oh, and we started a hype train. You calling in started a hype train, Banana. Good job.
I wish I knew what a hype train was.
It's good. It's good news. But do you want to call me this evening after you hopefully win at mini golf?
Definitely.
All right.
Sounds good.
It'd be good to talk to you. Hope you're having fun.
Okay, thanks.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you too.
There we go. She loves me too. Look at this. So Banana calling in, started a hype train. Get to the hype train right away. I'll get to the hype train means it is time. Hold on. I know that I Googled it today. They last 5 minutes, and I'm being a little slow here. So set timer for 4 minutes. And
4 minutes starting now.
4 minutes starting now as the hype train has started.
SarahCam7808 said we missed Banana and her lovely self.
Let me get to my tied up here. Let me get to my hype train.
And Scottish Man said, I love your videos.
Hey, Scottish Man, I appreciate that. Is this, yeah, this microphone is working.
Wolfbjorn said, perfect timing for the 4 minutes.
Yes. Oh, was it really? That's good. Let me.
At SqueeshDaffish2043 said, I wish I knew what a hype train was. Face with tears of joy emoji.
I will. Banana does not know. The hype train.
At Marguerite Mitchell 1829 said, hello, can't see the chat text to speech.
Well, that's because it's not up there.
At Big Funny Giant said, nice.
I intentionally didn't put it up there just yet. I mean, I can, but when I put it up, you get that stupid other robot lady there. Oh, that's the wrong one.
Beblin Dusbin said Jen is about to send some nibble bits.
There we go. So this is the other chat lady. She doesn't have the greatest voice. Oops.
Jenny just cheered 200 bits.
Thank you, ABC
Here
Jenny.
Here is some nibbly bits from myself and the blind husband.
Nice, thank you for the bits. I appreciate it as we get the first hype train of the night rolling. And I'll put the chat up on the screen for you guys to see and the robot lady to hear.
14 says LOL, I like that name for bits.
And a hype train basically just means that there's a lot of excitement happening over on Twitch. It's going awesome over there. And if you put bits in, if you subscribe, if you follow at Pete Gustin, if you just comment and talk, then more stuff will happen. I'm just messing with the levels and trying it all to get evened out because it's all very loud in my headphones.
Fish 2043 says additional camera angle jump scare.
Oh, yeah, I put that over there because I have to yell at all of you.
Jordan says good things happen with hype trains. Yes.
All of your terrible
I'm sad about how yesterday's stream ended.
Tech support. Yeah, that's what I'm going to address after this hype train is over because I did everything right.
Can we get it in a world?
In a world where everybody needs to go over to Twitch and follow at
Sarakan 7808 just cheered 200 bits.
There's Sarah.
Tell Banana we hope she has a great trip. You'll be sure to spend time together with her and not us this week, lol.
No, this week it's still with you guys. Ooh,
Phelps
and
Mike just followed.
nice, thanks, Phelps Mike. Is that the guy with all the gold medals? The dude who's really good in the water? The fast swimmer guy? Ooh, and super chats
At law
too.
underscore may I underscore y underscore query underscore CISA tip $10.
Whoa,
super
thank
chat.
you very much. I appreciate
Hi,
that.
Pete.
Hi,
Nice
hi.
to see you live. I
Nice
got
to
my
be
first
live.
white cane too.
Ooh,
They so excited because people will stop being mean to me and recognize that I'm legally blind.
that
Love
was
you, Banana.
the main reason that I got.
S underscore Robin 5 just followed.
Thank you, S. Robin 5. You remember? Oh, there was so much stuff that oh yes, my cane. That was like my biggest. I felt so free. I could walk down the street and be like, everybody knows I'm blind and isn't gonna walk into me anymore. I kind of hated getting the cane. Like, I didn't like it. Wasn't excited about it. But I got that thing, and literally, Banana started telling me, people are literally jumping out of your way. That cane is doing a great job, so congratulations on getting yours. And what was I about to say? Someone just followed. Oh, I don't know if I set a new follower goal tonight on Twitch, but we reached ours last night. Oh, that's what it was. They said Lola Tupac said I was getting gaslit by my robot last night because as we reached level 2, it said I was in level 1, but I fixed it. So if we somehow make it to level 2, I feel like there's a lot of people doing stuff in Twitch and following and doing bits. We should maybe get to level 2. The robot will say it correctly this time. Oh, now there's the timer. We didn't get there. Boo. Maybe next time. Let me switch everything back. Oh, wait, no. Did we?
Lola Tupples gifted a tier 1 subscription to Phelps Mike.
Thanks, Phelps. Thanks, Lola Tupac. Alright, switch back over to my regular microphone. Pull down the level of the music. See, that microphone is only for the hype train. And Phelps Mike, you see what happens when you follow? Good things happen around here. Lola Tupaz gives you a subscription so you can watch commercial free, and you can use all my emojis across Twitch and stuff like that. Should I stop the music? I just like this song. Dance to it. Seat dancing. I don't dance well out in the real world. I don't know what dancing really is supposed to look like. I can seat dance with the best of them. So last night, the blind husband just said he was sad the way the thing ended last night. And you're all fired as my technical advisors. Every one of you is fired because there was nothing wrong with the microphone. There was nothing wrong with the microphone at all. I tried to extend the show and head on out to the pool last night. And I was like, why is the microphone not going? Why is the microphone not working? And this technically isn't your guys' fault. I mean, it's not your guys' fault at all, but you're still fired because what was going on was the microphone was working, but my switcher wasn't working. So when I say I'm going to go to the other camera, you should see a different view, namely this view over here. And let me put the hi, what's going on? So you should, when I say I'm going to go to my mobile camera,
BC says yes. David, Pete is blind.
I am blind.
Hopefully, says, oh, you never asked.
I know. I don't know. So hopefully you can hear this now because I almost guarantee everything is working. Almost guarantee everything is working. If you guys can indeed hear me, then I've done that yes. Right.
We can hear it.
Yay!
The Glint says yeah. It sounds awesome.
Okay.
Says, sorry, Pete, I will try and read
Lola Tupples just cheered 200 bits. Sorry, Pete, I will try and read your mind and understand your methods before you figure it out next time.
That's what I'm saying. I need people to read my mind and understand what's going on. So I kept switching the switcher. I was using a remote switcher on this phone, and I kept pressing the button that was supposed to switch me to the camera, but it was leaving me on this regular camera. So the microphone from that camera was working, but I was still on this camera. And that's what I was so frustrated. I'm like, all the lights are on, everything's working. Why isn't it? Why people aren't hearing me? And I actually, if you want to do tech with Pete tonight, I mean, we might have to stay here for a long time. I cover. This is why. This is why I spend so much money doing social media. I bought more equipment today from Amazon that's supposed to be here that should allow me to handle hearing the chat from you guys even better in the future. And it's supposed to be arriving between 5 and 10. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go that long today. I'm definitely not going to make it till 10 because what time to start? 4:30. That'd be 5.5 hours. No, it'd be a ludicrous thing. But if it comes during the time that I'm on the show, we can go downstairs and we can do technology with Pete all over again. If it doesn't come in time, there's a super chat. Look at the super chats going.
At Baduzafo tit $5 through
I
super
owe
chat.
you an email.
HWT Pete. Did you get my email?
I did. I have to put together a thoughtful reply. He's doing amazing work for the military and the veterans, and I do a lot of work with veterans as well. I work with the DAV of Massachusetts, and I'm gonna get into that. It's been a little. I'm super sorry, man. It's been it's been crazy. I haven't been exactly like sleeping, but I'm just trying to get everything set up because I've been enjoying this so much. I've been enjoying talking to you guys so much that I would like to do it. I changed my Twitch schedule to show that I'm coming on every day at 4:30. There's a mild couple of risks with that because I'm usually on the clock with more of my high-end clients until 6 p.m. every day. But I've got contingencies set up for that. I've got videos that I can fire off while I read. Although last night, remember what happened? And yes, I'll get back to you tonight. I'm going to write back to you tonight, Baduzafa. I promise. And ABC Jenny, I got your message as well. She ordered some Blind Penguin soap and paid through the friggin' nose because it had to get sent up to Canada. Nothing I can do about that. That's just how much it costs. She said she's going to be doing an unboxing. I don't know if anybody saw, but Matea did an unboxing, and that's on her channel, which you can, Matea Brown on YouTube. I don't know, you guys can, you probably see her messages come up all the time. People are digging the stuff at blindpenguin.com. And because Steve has been so good about not stepping on all the equipment, don't jinx it, that I've been letting him come in here. But another thing I'm going to need to borrow you guys' eyes for is that if he runs away with Petey the Penguin, you have to let me know. You have to let me know if he runs away with Petey the Penguin. Yeah, he's
At SarahCam 7808 says, I'm sorry, passes don't see the name. I'll just ask Dang. Kimbo 14 says, hi, Steve.
He's been doing a good job.
The Internet Girl says, you're a good man.
Thanks, the Internet Girl. I appreciate that. All right, Steve. And he really wants me to pet him.
BC says, hi, Steve.
Steve is he's being cool. I keep telling you guys he's gonna do something crazy, and he keeps proving me wrong.
I will beat you so fast, don't worry him on it. Nothing will happen to Petey.
Yeah, I mean, if I got Petey in the mail, and he came shrink wrapped because they were trying to save money on.
Man says, what is the worst thing about being blind?
Life. It's just way harder. Everything about it is.
38,565 says hello.
The joy
14 says we got your back.
Steals from you. There's nothing like, what's the worst thing? It's like, what's the worst thing about dying? Like, it's like nothing. There's nothing good about it. You just make the best out of it and you try and enjoy your life. Let's focus on the negative. What's the worst thing about being blind? That's a rough question to ask. It's an interesting mindset you want to hear my suffering? You want to hear like how miserable and upset I am? That's not nice, man. It sucks. Everything about it sucks, but you try and live your life, Maybe you become a blind surfer. Maybe you start an internet community where a lot of people gather and have fun and enjoy each other's company. Maybe you just try and make some friends and build a life and live the best you can, despite the fact that you've lost your vision. So I'm not going to tell you what the worst thing is. I'll just tell you that I'm making the best out of a crappy situation.
Says, hey, Sarah.
We are on all platforms tonight, as usual. One of these days, I'm just going to force you all to come on over to Twitch. We're just going to be like, no more YouTube, no more TikTok, no more Facebook, and make everybody come over to Twitch because.
That Big Funny Giant says, yes, we hear you.
Well, man, you're
Sarah
way behind.
7808 says, hey there, Coy.
What platform are you on that you're that far behind?
565 says Carolina Reaper Pickles.
What? Oh, that sounds exceptionally hot. I do not want to be eating Carolina Reaper pickles.
Siglin Husband says first 30 minutes on all platforms, remainder of the show on Twitch only.
Could do that. That wouldn't be bad.
7808 says can't force adults, Pete lol.
I know. Steve, what are you doing? Steve had a play date today. He Banana has scheduled it, so he's usually running on his play dates.
Says what about the best thing about being blind?
There's nothing good or bad about it. It's just a thing. It's just a terrible thing that happens, and you gotta.
Said hi.
You got to deal with it.
Kimbo
said
14
hi.
says
What was I about to say about Steve and Steve's head? Oh, so Banana. I've shown you the pictures before when he goes on his like pack adventures. There we go.
Siglin Husband says the new sense that I got after losing my vision was my sense of humor.
There you go.
At
I mean, you
Emily
got
Jane
to.
says hi. So
You got
glad
it.
that I made it to this one. I was
You
at
got
band camp, so I couldn't join this one.
Oh, band camp.
At
That's
P51 Mustang E6C says I just pissed the bed to warm it up.
well. Hey,
House
I
of Fleming
mean,
says I agree with that, Pete.
whatever it takes.
At
Okay, Steve.
Darklion28 says love the penguin. Is it your new logo going forward?
Well, he's the mascot. If you're on Vertical and you haven't seen him, the penguin is the. I never really had a logo. I have my Find a Way symbol, which I think is a good and important symbol and a nice message for people to learn. But PD Penguin over there, who has not been stolen by Steve because Steve is on me, is the mascot of Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap. So, there was how many? Yeah, so there were 3 things I had to fix last night after the show. I was totally annoyed that the blindpenguin.com website was saying the box 1 and box 2 were out. So I went and checked the stock and then I added it. I think there's only like 1. I think there's like 1 or 2 of box 1, but 1's more than 0. And then I upped the stock of 2. So there's at least a couple of those. And I think there's 10 of box 3. So I fixed that. I fixed the hype train robot because it was reading backwards. And when we got to level 2, it said, you reached level 1. It was backwards. And the third thing I fixed was, of course, the microphone.
At Co Trucker says, hey man,
that
I
camera
love the blind
over
unboxing
there.
Series. Keep up the great work.
Cool. Well,
At
I don't know if
Emily Dream says,
unboxing
yeah,
is
band
like
camp for marching
great
band.
work. Band camp. That one time at band camp? That's an American Pie reference. Not sure you're old enough to have seen that. God, I had so many stories in my head that I was going to tell people, and now I can't remember what I was going to talk about. We lost the rug last night. That did not go well. Oh, I was talking about Steve's play date. So Banana pays for Steve to go on his. Did he just hear the word play date and decide to run away because he was that excited about it? He knows, and unfortunately, he also knows how to open the door. He's been startling people. If I forget to lock the door, like the Amazon guy came the other day. I think we might be getting that technical delivery of all that equipment that I was saying. Ooh. What's that one?
Kimbo14 gifted a tier 1 subscription to Doghouse Farming.
Oh, that's very nice. Thanks, Kim. Now Kimbo's gifting subscriptions. Everybody's just trying to grow the whole community, which is extraordinarily nice of you all. I appreciate that. The tier 1 subscription, no commercials, emojis, part of the whole community.
Says the most expensive tortilla chip. At Rearinger 4978 says I recently checked on getting my son a service dog. Whoa, they are 30,000.00 50,000.00 per dog.
Getting a service dog is outrageously expensive. Davey, what about Davey?
Says can't let Lola have all the fun, LOL.
I know Lola's going to be hard to beat. I think she's like at 500 subscriptions given at this point, which is just like every once in a while you run across someone crazy generous.
Just cheered 200 bits. I don't know if you were trolling me last night, but I felt trolled.
Me?
Every time I sent a message without bits, you would cancel Robot Lady. You timed the ongoing troll throughout the night and aced it when you stopped the stream.
I mean, the
Robot Lady was just starting to read my message and the stream turned off, and so it didn't finish reading.
Because there's a big delay. Like, it doesn't happen when I want it to. Like, I'm turning the Robot Lady on right now, and then when there's ABC Jenny. So I'll tell you when I press it to go off. So I'm pressing it off right now, and then it's finally. Wait, no. Hold on. I'm pressing it off right now, and then it finally. See, there's like a 1.5 second, probably not full 2 seconds, but there's a 1.5 second delay. So you start to hear the person's name, and then it switches over and kills it.
Says I was dying laughing.
The timing is.
I7 says you can't get rid of me.
Welcome. I wasn't trying to get rid of you. I don't think I was. Maybe the mods were. What were you doing? People trying to get rid of you? Steve, Riri was asking what kind of dog Steve is.
When he left it on for her, she took a long time messaging.
See, exactly.
It was my fault, lol.
Steve is a German short-haired pointer, a dog that I had never heard of before.
Losing your vision, you can do a more accurate cosplay of Daredevil.
Yeah, you can wear the mask with no eye holes in it whatsoever.
Kimbo 14 says yep, lol.
So I don't think I've ever told this story. People asked why a German short-haired pointer, especially at a point where I was like supposed to be, I should have been getting a service dog. Steve failed miserably at being a service dog. He's the greatest lover. He's a happy little boy. We love having him around here. We love his energy. There's nothing we don't love about Steve, but we had him working with professionals and we were working with him, and the dude just couldn't focus, just could not focus. Like from the time he was like a little baby Steve, we were trying to give him like just doing like treat training, and he couldn't focus on the treats. He couldn't focus on anything, just running around. And he also peed everywhere all the time. And I don't mean like he went to the corner and took a leak. We nicknamed him LD. He was leaky dick for there you are. There's LD. What's up, man? Because I don't know, he was just so excited all the time.
Lolatopause just cheered 200 bits. Excuse me, sir. Steve points at everything and you refuse to look at what he's pointing at.
I know. I'm such a bad owner. I don't do what he wants. So he was just so effing happy, which again, I kind of wish everybody could like have something this happy around. Like having his happy energy kind of makes the house feel good. I mean, that's, it's why I lived in a big house in Massachusetts by myself, and I got Superdog because I just wanted his energy. I just wanted a dog in the house, and it worked out great. And then, bringing Steve into the house, we were also sad after we lost Superdog. And most of all, the saddest of everybody was Skylar. Like she sat, like Superdog had a favorite spot that he'd sit in, and Skylar, his little 9-pound sister, the Malshi who comes up on screen when someone follows on YouTube, she just laid in his spot and was just like so sad all the time. Banana's like, we need to get something else in the house. We need to get him a big brother. And we brought this guy in, and he was just the happiest thing from jump. But he was so happy. I never heard it. Like, it's such a weird, he was so happy he couldn't control his bladder. And the happier he got, the more, like, he would just run around the house streaming, beep, 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 it like, and then if he'd stand in one spot and he'd be like, and the tail would be wagging, he'd be happy, and you just hear, he'd just be peeing on the floor. We couldn't even fathom how he had so much liquid in him. We pulled up all the rugs, and Banana had, what's that thing called? Like the Swiffer wet jet, and just Swiffering all the time. And we actually sent him away to doggy camp to learn. This is like the beginning of, we were trying to get him like under control so we could teach him to be a service dog. And he was away for, I forget, it was like 10 weeks or something. And he came back after 10 weeks of like intensive training. And he was mildly better at listening to commands. At least he wasn't choking himself while we were trying to go for a walk. But he came running into the house and just peed, like did a lap, and then peed and did a lap. And we're like, oh my God, is this going to be our life, just living with LD? But finally, I don't even remember when it was. The first year of living with him was like, oh my God. But it might have been a year. Might have been a full year. And then people would come and visit, and he'd be running around. He'd run past them and be like, oh, just got my ankle peed on. He was a huge pee-pee monster. So it was a little difficult in the beginning. And, when we started doing the actual training with him, oh, there's someone else at the door. Let's see what that is. He just never took to it. There's motion at the front door, and there's DoorDash trying to tell me, because I ordered with you guys on Friday. DoorDash doesn't leave you alone. I'm always curious about that. Like when you order, the notifications, like I feel like you have to have the notifications on to know where your DoorDash is at.
Says some dogs just ain't meant to be.
And if you turn them off, if you turn the notifications off, can they not tell you where your order is? Because the notifications are on, and they hit me up like 4 times a day. Like, hungry?
At Jonah BC says Steve is just a happy guy, excitable bladder boy.
EBB, excitable bladder boy. No, we went with LD. LD was a more appropriate name for him at the time. I'm curious what just came to the front. I get notified when things come to the front door, but I don't know what they
says
are.
You have to have the app open on your screen the whole time looking at the order tracking.
I get the notifications on the home screen. You can enable like real time updates.
Dorn says when you order something, you can turn the notifications on for DoorDash. Otherwise, you can turn it off.
That's
if you
probably
have them
a
off
good idea.
Entirely.
Yeah,
you just have to have the open to look at them.
Okay, if I can remember to do it.
7808 says Steve is a good boy.
Yeah,
Such
maybe
lies being told on this sweet baby pup.
No, he was a giant.
Says I use Uber Eats and you can have notifications and they will alert you when your food is there.
Yeah, well that's what DoorDash does, but
they can call you when you order.
Can they?
38,565 says Velveeta mac and chocolate for $40.
Ew, what? Why? You can't eat macaroni and cheese and chocolate. That would be disgusting.
It says, does losing your vision cause other senses to heighten, or is that a myth?
Myth.
Wolfetjorn says it is hard to remember. Yes, I forget at times, but they send away too many notifications.
Yeah, they
It
do.
bugs me.
Like 4 times a day,
Lalatropos
DoorDash is
says I
like,
meant to say notifications off.
yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Bob
Bob,
38,565 says Velveeta mac and chocolate for $40.
why do you keep saying that?
Bob
Stop saying that.
38,565 says Velveeta mac and chocolate.
And guess who's
for
probably
$40.
just about to get themselves banned? Some dink that keeps saying the same thing over and over again. That doesn't work here. I've got mods up the butt, and I can just turn the chat off. Now the chat's off. Now you guys don't get to have fun because someone's in there being an idiot, saying the same stupid thing over and over again. Learn how to play well with others. It's my advice. That's my best advice that I can give you. But it gives me time to finish the story about Steve and Superdog. 1, 2, 3. I'm just making sure all my... See, there's Skylar. There's Skylar. That's little Skylar on the screen, probably like right about here. So when someone follows me on YouTube, her head comes up. And so we got Steve basically to be a new... We were trying to get like a big dog, and Superdog was such a good protector. Here's some bits.
Lolatopause just cheered 200 bits. I timed them out for you.
Nice. Good work. See, we got Lola, we got Joni and Lola, and Sarah's a mod, and Devil's Advocate. When she's in there, she's a mod. When Brooks is around, he's a mod. So, you come in and just be annoying. All you're doing is getting yourself timed out. And I think the platforms, whatever platform you're on, you start getting strikes when they see that you're getting timed out. So you're just hurting yourself when you do that. So we kind of thought that Steve was going to grow up and be like a good big brother to Skylar, and it's been the exact opposite. Skylar's the tiny little dog, and she's like, great, now I got to take care of this dog. And she used to let Superdog take care of her all the time. Big 80-pound Doberman, little 9-pound half Maltese, half Shih Tzu, and he used to take care of her. But she somehow, it's funny how smart dogs are. Like Steve is way bigger than her. He's like 60 pounds and she's 9.5. But I feel like she knows that she's the adult and she's like the smarter one and knows the rules of the house. And she basically takes care of him. She bullies him all the time. Like when he's stealing pillows, or if he were ever to steal, I think you guys would notify me, and Skylar would notify me. Like when he's doing something bad, she's like, bah, 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 bah. She starts like freaking out that Steve is like doing something bad. It's like the Steve alarm, we call it. Her just losing her mind.
Robert Carlson Lighting said, "Can you see this?"
No, I can't. Robert Carlson Lighting.
Sarah Cam 7808 said, "The fact that Skylar bullies him is so funny to me."
I don't know if you guys have ever seen it in videos.
Sandbox said, "Hey."
Hey. That's the whole message.
At Lovecrite said, "Yeah, there's some interest."
There's a super chat.
At la_may_y_curry_CISA tip $3.69 through super chat.
69.
What a nasty McNastalator mac and chocolate.
Yeah, I can't. I'll try a lot of different foods. And thank you for that's your second super chat. 369. I caught that one on the second one. And congratulations again on your first blind guy or blind girl cane. I went with the no jab from Ambutech with a marshmallow at the end of it. I got a mushroom tip. That's what I got. That's the one that I use. And I would not eat mac and chocolate. I don't even like chocolate mole. Have you guys ever had chocolate mole? The whole idea, like, I like chocolate. Like, I'm a big fan of chocolate. I like candy. I like treats. But there's a place down the street from me, and my neighbor told me, it's authentic Mexican mole. And I was like, oh, like food with chocolate in it? And I guess it's more like cocoa powder than like straight up chocolate. But I went down and tried it. It's like a year ago.
Lala said, adding, "I've got a mushroom tip" to the clips for innuendo montage.
Thank you. I mean, my innuendo montage could
At Sarah
go
Camp
for days.
7808 said, "Steve most definitely has ADHD Riri."
Yeah, he does. Like, by
Wolf
a
Bjorn
lot.
said, "Haha."
What up, Wolf Bjorn?
Kimbow14 said, "If random numbers or letters get typed, I'm so sorry, my dog Prince is going crazy, lol."
You got a dog named Prince? That's kind of cool. Purple rain. I think all the chats are on like delay tonight. As I'm hitting the buttons, it's taking.
At Darklion28 said, "Hey Pete, I don't know if you heard about this guy from Spain that is blind and has a guide dog called Calo. He is very big Spanish YouTuber that shows his daily live and has very cool stories."
Cool. Good for him. Hard for me to
said your
watch
content is superior.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
The Peanut04 said, "Nice sunglasses, Pete."
Thank you. They've got the wireless microphone on the side of them, because I could take, I'm sure it looks a little bizarre having it on there, but I'm afraid if I take the wireless microphone off, then I'm going to forget what I did with it. I'll put it in my pocket. I'll hopefully, after posting that video the other day where I lost Skylar's collar and you guys were all like, in the pocket, in your pocket, in your pocket. I think I will.
Johnny BC says lol.
I think I will start checking my pocket anytime I lose anything now. Who was just telling? I think it was Joni.
Josh Ari says lol.
I think Joni was telling the story where it was in the comment section. She lost her phone or thought she lost her phone and was on the phone with her friend telling her that she couldn't go out.
63 says, what music genre do you listen to the most?
Because she couldn't find her phone. Yet she was talking on her phone while saying that she lost her phone. Everybody loses their mind from time to time, and I guess I'm not immune to it. I will say, sometimes I listen back to these shows, I'm like, oh my God, I sound so scattered. Normally, in a normal conversation, if I'm having a conversation with one person, and the funny thing is, after the show, I remember almost everything. I can remember like about where in the show things were. It's how I'm able to go back and pull the clips and stuff like that. But during the show, what is that? It's Steve. Oh, he's coming from the other side. That makes me nervous. Steve, do not hit the camera, please. I'm not even going to touch you because you're going to start like getting all excited and then your butt's going to wiggle and you're going to hit the camera. Yeah, you can come up here and be cool. Just be cool. Just be cool. Just sit down. Just be chill. I didn't even check to see check to hear if the side camera was working. Usually it gives me a doot 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 if it's working. I think it's working because I'm not getting any bad noises. But yeah, so like that. Like I'm constantly thinking about what I'm going to try and talk about next. Bits.
Sarakam 7808 just cheered 200 bits.
Thank you, Sarah.
Joni actually helped me find my car keys over the phone today by helping me retrace my steps. She's amazing.
Doesn't that question drive you nuts, though? Like when you've lost something and whoever you're with, like when you're a kid and you're with your parents, or if you're, dating someone or something, you're like, man, I lost my magic marker, or where did I put it? And they go, where did you have it last? I'm like, well, obviously I looked where I had it last. Like I feel like, I don't know, maybe people get scattered. Like to me, the reason I thought I lost the collar is because I knew where I had it last. I knew I took it off of her while she was standing on the chair that I have my breakfast at, and I figured that I put it on the counter in front of me. That's where I had it last, except I hadn't. I'd put it in my pocket and I started walking away with it. But yeah, I listened to the show and I feel like a scattered lunatic. I'm like, oh my God, is this guy's brain like half gone? Because I'm talking about one thing and then I'm thinking ahead because I don't want any dead air. That's a big radio faux pas. Brooks was telling me last night, he came over and hung out. He was surfing while I was on air yesterday. And then he came over afterwards and was telling me, he's like, there's a lot of people out there who just do like 30 seconds or 60 seconds of dead air until they think of something or until they get a message, until they get a chat. He's like, it's kind of impressive how you just kind of keep going and don't have any dead air. Because, I had my first internship at a radio station when I was 18. I was on the air as a little kid, talking about trying to raise money for eyesight research when I was 11 years old. So I've been in radio forever. And like one of the biggest sins outside of swearing on the radio is dead air. And so I'm always afraid of like leaving too long, because if I don't talk for a while, I know you people got like itchy trigger fingers and you'd be like, oh, he's not saying anything, I'm out of here. And speaking of the itchy trigger fingers, last night I played my surf session that I start the show with that no one sees because it's the first 2 minutes of the show. I played that because I really had to go take a leak, and by the time I came back, people were like, is the show over? Is it over? Is it gone? I'm like, no, 34 seconds. Well, it was probably 30.
Jordan says, yeah, definitely understand that. I've done streams in the past. Always very aware of the dead air.
Yeah, I feel like it's the death of a stream in the itchy trigger fingers. I posted a video a long time ago. I was talking about me going to the bathroom. My nose is so itchy and I don't know what's going on.
Kyler Wilkinson S8P says you're one of my favorite YouTubers.
Thanks, Kyler Wilkinson. I appreciate that. Glad to be on your list of one of the favorites. Oh, and to the other person.
Magic Mushroom Production 6117 says I always love coming across your videos while I'm scrolling through shorts.
Well,
keep up the good work.
And now you've come across one.
38,565 says that was an accident.
I wonder if Magic Mushrooms knows that this isn't a short. If he's on shorts right now, he's like, hey, it keeps going. This thing's not going to end. Let's see. Aha. So I know. So that was not my Blind Penguin boxes getting mailed out. I've got 7 that are going out today, which I feel like is pretty good considering I haven't been promoting on shorts. Get yours now. Go to blindpenguin.com. What was that? I don't know. Oh, that same notification. That was the notification that the Blind Penguin boxes just got picked up, and they're on their way to the many people that ordered over the past day or so. I posted a video, I don't know, it's like a year ago. I just had to. I had to like tell the world about this. I count every time I take a leak, like I count. And I have like a whole system. If you go in there and you count less than 20, I don't know if anybody saw this video. I posted it. It did pretty well. My my Moana Vaiana video, that one's about to hit 1 million right now. But the one I was talking about where I counted, I said if you go in there and you count less than 20, like if you do an 11 or you do like 11 or 12, like you didn't need to go. You could probably hold it. 20 is like okay, like you're probably good to go out and empty your bladder. The one I did yesterday during the show, I counted to 34. So it probably took me like 7 seconds to get there. I did a 34, another 7 to get back. So 52 seconds. No, what the hell? 14 plus 34 is 48 seconds. And I came back and everybody's like, is the show over? But I had a record. My record for a long time was a 72. And then I got stuck in a limo. We're talking about first world problems, but we'd been invited to an award show, and Banana gave me Prosecco to drink. We were like celebrating the nomination for the award. It was for voice acting, and I drank it like just like as soon as we got on the highway down here in San Diego, and then we had to get up to Los Angeles. We're going to Burbank specifically, and there's traffic. Like it's supposed to be like a 50-minute ride from North County, San Diego to LA, and it always takes forever, like 3 hours. And we're in the car, and I'm like, I'm not going to make it. I was seriously contemplating telling the limo driver to pull over on the highway and just let me pee on the side of the highway. And Banana's like, you're in a tux, you're in a limo. Like, you cannot be like on the side of the road taking a leak. I'm like, I'm going to burst. I don't know if I'm going to make it. And finally we got where we were going. We were going to pick up one of my friends, and I hadn't seen the guy in like 6 years. And we pull up in front of his house. And the limo guy's like, let me find a spot to park. I'm like, no, let me out. And I like jump out of the car, and I have Maggie like leading me. I'm like, go as fast as you can to his front door. And my friend Tommy, he comes to the front door. He's like, good to see him. I'm like, where's your bathroom? I didn't even say hi. Like, I don't think I said hi. I think I just said, where's your bathroom? First thing. And I jump out of the car, I jump past him basically to get around him, find my way to the bathroom. And I did like 103 or 104. And I'm like, that's what you call an emergency pee. If 20 is the base bottom line of how long you can go and be comfortable, 104 was a lot.
Matt_honker just cheered 200 bits. You mean banana?
What did I say? Sometimes I mix up names. Banana. Oh, did I say Maggie? Yeah, sometimes I throw out her real name. Usually I only say that when I like really need to get her attention. If I'm like, Banana, where are you? And then if I'm like, Maggie, she's like, what? Why are you calling me by my name? All right, Steve, why are you jumping up in the air?
Rose says hi.
What are you getting
She's
excited about?
Do you have any voice acting advice for her? She's blind.
Voice acting.
2063 says, yeah, I hate situations like that.
Voice acting, and now like to this day, I'm like petrified of taking long road trips. I'm like, I need to bring a bottle. Also, I'll get back. I'm not going to. Getting back to the voice acting, it's 2 things in my head at once. I'm going to forget. Voice acting for a blind person is the most difficult thing. It's the most difficult thing because you have to learn how to get your copy. And I've said this 100 times before, so I'm not going to try and repeat it for too long. But before you even think about becoming a voice actor, you have to learn how to get the copy, whether you're using Braille or memorization or an ear prompter like I do. You have to spend a ton of time learning to get copy at the speed at which you're going to deliver it. Then, and only then, can you start working on your acting skills. And then if you feel like getting into voice acting, you can go to voiceuniversity.com. That's where I put all the information about it, so I don't have to keep repeating it here or on shorts, because it's all there. All of it. Every little bit of information. Every bit of information that was in my noodle is on voiceuniversity.com. And I was talking about, road trips. So, like, the thing that's also extra stressful, like for me, I have to think about it. Like anybody that can see fine, if they're out on a road trip and you have to, you go to the bathroom, you stop at a McDonald's or Walmart or wherever there's public bathrooms, and you can just go in and like find your way there and, look as you open the door and see there's the urinal, there's the toilet. a handful of times that I have had to stop while being out on the road with Banana driving us somewhere. Like, we have to get out together. She has to help me find the men's room. And then also, it's like effing terrifying just walking into a men's room and not knowing like where the urinal is. Most of the time when we're here in my hometown, I know all the restrooms of all the restaurants we go to. Like, I know where they are. But just like, her opening the door and being like, it's on the left. I'm like, where on the left? It's a little, then I go in there with my blind guy cane. I can tell that there's, people. And most of the time, I would say like 90% of the people are just like, ruh-roh, blind guy in here. Let's get out of his way. Let's not get hit by a stick. And in that circumstance, I really wouldn't mind a hand. Like, I really wouldn't mind, I don't need a hand doing, the other part. But like someone kind of being like, hey, do you know where the urinals are? Like, hey, you need help finding the stall or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't mind a hand when I'm in there. But it's like one of the, like, do you want to help a blind guy in a bathroom? Like, I'm sure it doesn't jump into your mind that, yeah, that's the time and place that I want to help someone. But that is the time that I actually like need the help. So road trips are like, just like, I will literally like fast. Like, if I know we're going to be taking a trip of more than even an hour, I like try not to drink or eat. And then Banana's sitting there like sipping on her ginger ale, like on the road trip, just drinking away. And I'm like, yeah, because I guess if you have to stop and go to the bathroom, it's not going to be that hard. But for me, it's like, it's a scary proposition. So I feel like when we go anywhere, I feel like I just want to like bring a bucket. So I don't have to deal with the whole problem of.
At Ashleach52 says, wow, I'm in nursing school now. Did you leave the profession because it was time or because it sucked?
I don't think she's talking to me. I was never a nurse.
Jenny says, how did Maggie get the nickname Banana? I go into the bathroom with my husband. Most guys don't mind. I usually yell hello before I go in.
That's what she does. There's like 4 different videos explaining how she got the nickname of Banana, but it was shortened of Banana Thief. And she was a banana thief basically from the moment I met her, and then it got shortened to Banana. So I've been with her. It'll be 13 years this September. And like, yeah, within the first year, she was the banana
James
thief.
Gardner PZ3RL says, I am here.
What up, James? I was just going to say.
Wilkinson S8P says, what is the hardest thing for you being blind?
Was that the same person that just asked that? Or no, they said, what's the worst thing about you being blind? I don't know, man. These are not hard questions for people to answer on their own or to figure out on their own. Like, you do this for me. Close your eyes for an entire day. From the moment you wake up until the moment you go to bed that night.
Jordan says, hi, Steve. Ha, ha.
Close your eyes and then tell me what you think the hardest thing was that day. Do you think it was like finding your way out of your house? Do you think it was like, maybe getting somewhere that you wanted to go to? Imagine if it was every day. Imagine trying to like do a job or convince people that you could do a job. Imagine if it was feeding yourself or walking down the street, trying to meet someone new. Like, literally, there's no hardest thing about being blind. Everything about being blind is hard. Literally, absolutely everything about it is being blind. Now I feel bad. ABC Jenny's been nothing but nice to me, and I like quickly glossed over that answer. Another 40 seconds on that is I used to make protein and fruit smoothies, and I had them measured out. Because obviously I can't drive to the grocery store, and I was living in the suburbs, so I had to have my groceries delivered to me. So I would have like 5 strawberries, half a banana, a couple cups of mango, then some kale, and a little bit of peanut butter, and the protein powder. And I'd have it all measured out for the entire. I used to order groceries every 10 days, and I think I still do. So I'd have 5 bananas because it was a half a banana a day, and then I'd have 50 strawberries because it was 5 over the 10. Like, everything was measured out. And Banana's always been a big fan of bananas, and she would wake up in the morning and she'd just take a banana and go off to work. And like at the end of the 10-day period, then I'd have like 0 bananas left by day 6. I'm like, what the hell? Where are all my bananas going? And she's like, why do you care if I steal your bananas? Bananas are like 39 cents each. And I had to explain to her, I'm like, they're all literally like measured out so I can, and she never thought of that. It didn't, occur to her that I can't just run out and grab another I can't do a whole grocery run just to be like, bring me one more bunch of bananas. And then you can't order like 2 bunches of bananas because then they start to go bad. And I suppose I could have started to order ahead and like, peeled the bananas and then frozen them, but frozen, I don't know. I mean, I guess I could have done that, but relatively early on, I was like, what up, banana thief? What up, banana thief? And then it just got shortened to banana. So that's the full version.
Kimbo14 says that's crazy. Glad you have something that works.
Why she got called
Johnny
banana.
BC says blind guy unboxing videos are posted every Saturday.
This is true. Every Saturday.
Jones says frozen bananas ain't the same.
Yeah, exactly. Like like when you make a smoothie, I go through periods of like where I'm like into making smoothies, and then sometimes it feels like a lot of work, and I don't make smoothies. But when you make them with like the frozen fruit, which is so much cheaper, you can get the frozen fruit from the grocery store, and you get like a big bag of strawberries, a huge thing of blueberries, and it's like $3.
Says Twitch isn't notifying me when there's a new stream. How do I fix that?
That's interesting
Jenny
because
says, thank you for the explanation. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. The notifications.
PZ3RL says, how was your day?
You have to turn on the notification, just like in any platform. You have to turn on notifications. Maybe someone in the chat can give you a more detailed. But this is why I keep telling people to go to Twitch and follow me at Pete Gustin, because I check the stats. I obsess a little bit about the stats after every show because it's been going so well, and I'm excited about the growth. Although this feels, I don't know, it just feels mildly slow, and I know it's a Monday, but I've been trying to go every day. I heard Sarah, she's like, I'm not feeling like party mode on a Monday. I was like, I hear that, but I know the platforms do like consistency. So I go and check the stats after every broadcast, and YouTube says, 2.5 million subscribers, 435 notifications sent out about your live, and 1.3% of the people clicked on it. That's I might be missing by small percentages here, but that's about what I get. Now, I've got 710 followers on Twitch right now, and I look at the stats, and it says 430 notifications sent out. So 430 out of 710 people get notified when I'm on Twitch, whereas 450 out of 2.5 million get notified on YouTube, which is a crap percentage. And that's why I feel like every time someone comes across this on YouTube, they're like, I didn't even know you streamed. I'm like, yeah, because YouTube doesn't tell anybody that I stream. So I think if you're going to follow me on Twitch at Pete Gustin, go do it. Go do it. Go do it. Go do it. If you follow me there, you have a much better chance of being notified when I go live. I'm going to say that's a YouTube follow. You're close. Close. You have a better chance of getting notified when I go live. But I'm going to, when Banana comes back, at the end of this week, I'm going to have to talk to her about this because she's going to, want to see me every once in a while too. But I think this thing has a lot of potential, and I'm really proud of this show and the community that's growing and what we're doing. And I'd like to stand the best chance of keeping going at it. So I think for a little while, if she's okay with it, I might try and go live every weekday at 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern. Hopefully that's a good time for everybody. But then every once in a while, if after work, we have like friends over, or if I need to get a haircut or something, I might have to take a day off here and there. But I will try to commit to 4:30 every day on all of the platforms.
Saracom 7808 says, Pete, don't end up on the couch on our account. Please spend some time with Banana.
I don't think it wouldn't be like that.
Wilkinson S8P says, I'm sorry if my question about the hardest part being blind was a bad question.
It's fine. It's just, I get I just get that. A lot of times I get touchy, I guess.
Timbo14 says, yes, listen to Sarah.
About the questions. I know. I don't know if she'll mind, because I tell you guys what I've been doing is waking up.
Johnny BC says, Gamma Busier plays. Asking questions like that doesn't seem in good faith.
I don't know if it's not in good faith. It's just not well thought out. Like I feel like the person asking that is probably really young. It's kind of like when you meet someone that's lost a limb, like you want to know, like, how'd you lose it? Like, what, tell me what happened. And what you're asking of that person, when you ask them that, is to relive the most traumatic and horrible experience of their life, which you don't, think this is, if nothing, I'm trying to get two points across to people doing this channel. Like, I'm going to drop dead, and I hope that I've left two things behind at some point. One is that you shouldn't remind me of my 2 points.
Lola Tupors just cheered 200 bits.
Thank you, Lola.
Steve knocked Petey off to the side of the couch so he could lay on the towel. Don't make a big deal about it because Steve is now sleeping.
Jerk! I knew we'd let him in here to mess things up, and then Petey, nobody gets to see Petey. No, I'm going to reach over. I'm going to reach over and get Petey. Where is he? Wow, he really knocked him. Oh, no. Knocked him far away. All right, Petey. Two things that I hope to get across to people is that you shouldn't underestimate people because they're disabled, or you shouldn't underestimate anybody. Like, just looking at someone and being like, I know what they're capable of, is not smart, because I think people, most people might on first glance, look at me and be like, oh, he's blind. He can't even like walk down the street by himself. You wouldn't expect me to have a couple of #1 novels, a big YouTube channel, a very successful voiceover business, a growing in popularity live stream. Like you just, I think people wouldn't expect that, but that's because expectations are, it's like human nature. You expect tall guys to be good at basketball, and you expect blind guys not to be able to be good at anything. And the other thing I would like to leave behind is I just want people to think a little bit. It's like an epidemic of people not using their brains these days, and I blame our damn phones for it. I've said all the time when, like, you know, if someone were just to ask you, like, what's 9 times 9? I think most people would be like, hey, Siri, what's 9 times 9? Instead of, you know, thinking, like, do you remember your multiplication tables? 9 times 9 is 81. Or, you know, 9 times 9 times 10 is 90, minus 9 is 80. You can figure that, like you can figure that out. So, you know, people come across this stream, or they come across me, or they come across one of my videos, and the first thing in their mind is like, wow, I can't imagine being blind. That must suck. How hard is it? And they ask because they don't think. They don't use their how hard do you think it? Like, this isn't a difficult thing to put yourself in my shoes. Like, you know, an astronaut goes to outer space. You can be like, oh my God, what's it like when you reach 0G for the first time? Because how the hell would you know? You never really experienced it. And technically there is no 0G. You're just constantly falling. So it feels like 0G, at least in the orbit that we go to as humans. But anyway, you know, it's something like you could figure that out. But people, I think that they just can't fathom being blind. So they're just automatically like, oh, that must be horrible. How horrible is it? What's the worst thing? Because also people don't think, and people are negative in their minds. They just think about like the worst possible. You know, I think a lot of people too, and like, you surf? Have you ever been attacked by a shark? Like, people's brains just go to these bad places all the time. So I would like to leave behind some sort of a legacy that people could use their brains and maybe answer questions themselves. But you know what? There's a bad thing about that for me. Let me just make sure this doesn't work. Nope. There's a bad end of that for me, and that would be that if I didn't have all those many comments of people asking me those kinds of questions, then my engagement wouldn't be as high, and maybe I might not be as popular. But for the most part, as much as I keep begging people to follow me on Twitch and come along for this show, I have the idea of community in my head when I talk about that. For the most part, I've never really cared about being popular, and Brooks will tell you that, and Banana and Josh, anybody that knows me. I mean, it's nice to get good numbers as opposed to not getting good numbers. But my goal has always been to tell stories and educate people and inspire them and motivate them. And so I think if people did think before they ask questions, I wouldn't be so terribly upset about that. Now, did I lose Steve? No, he's still there.
Says LOL Lola.
What's Lola saying? Why is it so hot up here today? This damn hot up here. Let me yell at my robot and see why it's so hot.
Karen Montgomery 2384 says thanks for letting us see Steve.
He's hanging out. He booted my penguin out of the way. Computer, set volume to 8. Computer, what is upstairs set to?
Upstairs is set to cool at 74 degrees.
All right.
It's currently 76 degrees up there.
Why is it so hot? Oh, you know what? I keep forgetting to turn the... Oh, sorry. That was loud. I keep forgetting to turn the fan on that's at my feet. And also, this chat lady tonight is on
says that's why Googling first is a good idea. Saracom 7808 says Steve and Skylar totally steal the show.
I think you could Google second, honestly. I think you could...
Gamabist Replace says, yeah, you are right.
I think you
Jake
could...
Moore 2004 says
What up,
hi.
Jake? How's it going, Jake? Good to hear from you.
One says they do.
When I was a kid, I was a little kid.
says, can you tell us about the first time you went on a roller coaster?
Whenever you can watch it, you can watch a blind guy on a roller coaster. And it's not the first time, but it's you can watch it on YouTube. Just type in blind surfer roller coaster. I don't think the first thing you have to do is Google. Again, when you come across something that you find unique or interesting, just think for a second, think about it. Just go inside your own brain and try and figure it out. And then if you can't, then you can Google. I guess, I don't know. I maybe I am kind of a dink about it. Like people that ask questions all the time and I'm like, it is difficult. I will say it's weird as someone who never intended to be famous. I don't know if I'm famous. I'm well known, I guess, who never intended that. Like getting attention from the public is weird. It's weird for me. I never like grew up grooming myself for it. You know, I did voiceovers for most of my adult life, and I got no credit. You know, I got a paycheck, but no one knew who I was. There's no database of all my work. You know, before I did my very first YouTube video, I'd been doing, 10,000 sessions a year. I'd been doing them for about 8 years before I even started at that clip. So I had 80,000 voiceovers out there in the world, and I was perfectly happy not being, known outside of being known within the industry, but being known and being a person that everybody has access to. I mean, first of all, that's not natural. Like that's weird. Like humans were not meant. We as a species, we were meant to be in clusters. I think that's natural. Sociologists will tell you that. But to have like one person have the whole, like everybody to have access to that one person is weird. And I think that's why you see like real, actual famous people, like they go a little crazy after a while, because when everybody knows everything you're doing, and then it's a whole different level on social media, because like famous actors, like if you wanted to write Ryan Reynolds an email, if you wanted to ask him a question, like how would you do that? Like, I don't know. Maybe I could find his manager or something, try and dig him up that way. But being famous on social media means literally everybody has access to you all the time. Now, I could not listen to the messages. I could not listen to the comments. I could turn off the chat. But that's not why I'm here. I am here to build a community, grow a community, talk to people, connect with people, interact with people. So I put myself in that pickle. So every once in a while, if I get annoyed with a question, don't try not to take it super personally, because think of it this way. I will forget about 2 minutes later. You've seen how scattered I can be on this show.
7808 says, I'm hate of the sun due to my crazy photophobia, as affectionately had me called a vampire than once, lol blind husband.
Sarah, you had given me a link to some pills that were supposed to help with the photosensitivity.
One says, what is the weirdest comment you've ever gotten?
And I'm taking the last one tonight.
655 says PTI.
Hi. You told me there was a more effective liquid one, and I need you to message me with that information again, because I might like to try that. Anything that could help me not get headaches.
At Luke 1808 says, what's your favorite hot sauce?
I hate hot sauce. I hate all hot sauce.
Saracom 7808 says, I hope they helped.
I feel like my headaches have been cut down. It's hard to say. I feel like it would, in the aggregate, in the overall, I think it would be good to just keep taking those and try and help prevent my headaches from happening all the time. Sorry, James. That's what was happening to Lola last night. Weirdest comment I've ever gotten. I don't know. There's a laundry list, the hundreds, thousands of them, weird comments I've ever gotten. Someone tonight trying to talk about Velveeta macaroni and chocolate or something. The other person said my favorite hot sauce. Like, I think you all have heard many times that I do not like hot sauce. I do not like hot sauce. Hot sauce I do not like. And my least favorite hot thing is a 7-pot Primo pepper, especially when it's baked into a freeze-dried ice cream sandwich.
SCP Guard Team says, hello man, I didn't know you were going live.
I go live every day now. SRP, what did it say? SRP Guard Team. And I'm guessing you're on YouTube, because, why would YouTube notify anybody that I'm going live? Why would they bother telling anybody? And I have partners over there. I have like YouTube partners. Like I can reach out to people at YouTube. You get that opportunity when you get a couple million followers, and they always assure me, they're like, oh no, absolutely pushing lives.
Lola Topors just cheered 200 bits.
Thank you, Lola.
Pete, you mentioned watching The Pit on TV.
Yeah.
My partner and I just spent the last 2 years watching ER from season 1 all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Is The Pit worth watching?
I never saw ER, and anybody out there, if you're a new person, saw is figurative. Although I think that's been around for so long, I probably had some vision at a certain point. But because I watch The Pit with Banana, we don't do it with the subtitles on. And I just think there's so much action and so much going on. I like the medical dramas. It's funny, a lot of people, they're like, you look like House. The guy that plays House, obviously, and I vaguely remember, what's his name, Hugh Laurie? I think it's literally probably just because we both have like short gray beards. I don't know if we actually look like each other, but I loved that as a medical drama. Never saw ER, but I feel like The Pit is super good. The thing with Banana and I is we like to slash I like to watch TV at the end of the night. It's very hard for me to turn my brain off. I'm performing all day or preparing to perform like all day from the moment I get up and until my windows are closed for voice acting, which is basically never at this point. So I like to flip on a TV show and listen to that at the end of the night. And we were both enjoying The Pit, but then she said, she's like, the drama, like there's people dying in it. It's a medical drama. There's people dying. There's people getting sick. She's like, then I go to bed, like, 'cause she's a warrior and she's a big time empath. I'm not as much. So it doesn't bother me. I'm just like, oh, it's a good show. It's some good drama. Like, oh, that sucked when that kid died. So I can still, by the time I do my whole, 14 hours of voice acting and performing and YouTubing and everything else that I do, like I put that show on, it kind of takes my mind, puts it in neutral for a second, and then I crash out. But she watches the show and she's like, all that stuff was very stressful. I didn't like all the bad things that happen to people. But in terms of,
says Ashley, you have to go to notification settings for this channel.
yeah, in terms of the quality of the show, I think The Pit is great. I think there's 2 seasons of it. I was going to try and finish it while she was on vacation, but I literally have not given myself any relaxation
Kimbo14
time.
says YT notifies me 30 minutes before and during, but I like watching over here on Twitch.
That's because
Saracom
Twitch is
7808
cool.
says I agree, Lola.
So on Twitch, if you use my custom emojis, I just talked to them today too. The people at Twitch, when you do one of my custom emojis, which I guess if you're a follower of mine and you're on Twitch right now, when you go to the emote picker, the first
James
5
Gardner PZ3RL says hi, Steve.
are the Steve's still here. The first 5 are my custom ones, but when you use it, the text to speech lady says Petago 1 banana with banana, Petago 1 super dog. So they asked me if I wanted another.
Saracom 7808 says I'll be in and out for just a sec, still listening.
It's called an emoji prefix, which no one sees. Like no one else will actually. It's not anywhere. However, when I hear them through text to speech, instead of saying Petago 1, which is indicating that that's my custom emoji. So I asked them if they could do just Pete, and Pete was taken. I asked them if they could do Gustin, and I have not heard back on that. And I also asked if they could do Surfer, and I think they said that one was taken. But I even asked them, like, can I just make my emoji prefix be emoji? Because that way when someone followed me or someone used one of my custom emojis, it would just be like emoji, super dog. Which
says, oh, my
makes
emoji
sense.
prefix is fantastic.
What, your emoji wait, is it actually fantastic? Like the word fantastic? Or is it fantastic?
Jorn says, oh, okay, I know what you mean.
See, this is the problem with popping in and out all the time. I think you guys sometimes I think you guys just like watching me be confused. I am still waiting for the new pieces of technology to arrive, but I don't think they're going to come tonight. But I could take a walk this evening. Because I turned instead of trying to do it live and in real time.
7808 says thanks, Lola.
You just said you're walking away.
Says not the word fantastic.
Oh,
I got
okay.
a meme number, hahaha.
Oh, well, that's kind of cool. Yeah, it was just like randomly assigned. They're like, well, your name is Pete Gustin, and someone else already has
Johnny
PG.
BC says The Pit is the most accurate medical show on TV. That said, it's still a drama and there are things that are said and done for drama's sake.
Lola Tupors just cheered 200 bits.
At la_mi_y_curry_cc tip $3.67 through super chat.
That was a lot.
What's your fave ice cream flavor?
One of those was a special message to Absurd Sitch. I've never had that happen. That has never happened before. That was someone doing a super. You guys are just definitely trying to make me crazy at this point. Be like, everything's gonna happen all at once, and let's see if he can get it all. That was, Lola was. I think Lola was telling me Absurd Sitch's prefix or addressing Absurd Sitch, and then La Matea Correa de Sisa was asking my favorite ice cream, which we've definitely covered a bunch of times. I did it with Brooks. I feel like, and I go kind of all over. I don't like the minty ones, but
Clavoid says, yo, this may be a bit random, but I'm making a game that's basically Lethal Company meets Backrooms from a guy who has never touched either. Is there anything you think I should add?
I have no idea.
Sarah 7008.
I don't. I don't think I'm the person to ask that. Sorry. Again, I'm not, these things are not timing out very well. I'm not a gamer. Moose tracks. I think if, I'm a huge fan of moose tracks right now. Also anything that has candy in it. I showed you guys the ice cream in my fridge the other day. It's the Tillamook gelato. And it's like the caramel something something. It literally has like little peanut butter cups at the bottom of it. Yeah, the ice. That's what they're asking. They're asking my favorite
Karen
ice cream.
Montgomery 2384 says, as a senior, I need to ask, what is Twitch? I am technologically challenged, severe ADHD, and except for using my phone camera, it's a nightmare. Somebody help! What's Twitch? Where is it? How is it?
If you go to your app store,
PZ3RL says, is it free?
Yeah, it's totally free. If you go to your app store and you type in Twitch, it's another platform where there's social media stuff going on, but it's designed for long form content. It's meant for these kinds of shows. Whereas you can see it. Like if I'm on YouTube Shorts right now, hello all the people on Shorts. There's actually way more people on Shorts, but the thing is they're coming in and going very quickly. So there's an average of like 58 seconds of watch time because it's a short. That's the attention span of people on Shorts. They've got about a minute. So they come in and then they drop a comment, they ask a question, and they're like, what else is on Shorts? And they keep going. So the community on Shorts doesn't exactly grow that great. I think a lot of people are excited. They see me on Shorts all the time doing unboxings or other videos or surfing, whatever. Like, hey, it's that guy that, I've seen do Shorts and he's live. Neat. So they stick around, but it's not a repeatable thing. People don't come back on Shorts and keep watching me, which is why I keep trying to push Twitch, because that is repeatable. People come to Twitch to watch long shows, and there's friendships growing there. Like I think you guys are going to start hanging out in real life over on Twitch. I've heard a lot of friendships getting made, phone numbers being exchanged, and it's just a really good community. So if you go to your app store and download
my name
Twitch.
Is Amber Harris 5580 says hello from Shorts.
Hello, yeah, there you go, from Shorts.
420 says, hey Lola, hey Kim, sorry I'm late, lol.
I was going to say, I don't.
Williams M20 says, oh shit, you can't read what I'm writing. Well, it's nice to meet you, talk to you.
Nice to meet you too.
Says, hey,
and boy, did I just blow your mind, huh? It's kind of fun. Lola, you get it's just bad luck. I hit the thing before I heard your username. I hit the thing and then your username starts getting read and then it gets muted. It's just bad. You got a curse or a jinx, and it's not me. I'm not doing it intentionally, but it does keep happening. Someone's like, it's too bad you can't read this. Like, yep. Imagine if I thought that through. Imagine if I tried to use my brain and figure out, hey, if I'm going to go live and I want to interact with the chat, how would I do that? Imagine if I spent countless hours.
1627 says hi.
Figuring out ways to do it.
52 says got it. Thank you.
What up, Ashley?
Penraz said hi.
Hey, Repenraz. That's a new username that I've not heard before.
Adam Williams M20 says, a little bit technology freaks me out.
I mean, I have
Bradley
more.
Edwards 1627 says hello.
All right, here's bits.
Lola Topors just cheered 200 bits. Don't worry, I still have 10k bits. I could hijack and hog the whole stream if I wanted to.
I mean, you and I have had, so Lola bought her bits in bulk, which is smart. If you're going to be using them, if you're going to be a Twitcher, you can get them in bulk and you get a discount. I forget what show it was. I think she just started following me. If I tap on her name, it tells me. I think it's like July 9th. She's relatively new, but there was a couple shows where she was just literally bits, like we were having the interaction, a conversation through bits, and I started to feel guilty. I'm like, you don't have to pay to ask me every question, but that's the way that she chooses to support the channel. I love it. It also makes the algorithm get a little excited when they see that people are contributing. Sarah Cam has been asking questions through bits, or Sarakam as it says it. But anybody wants to make sure that your message gets read and not wait for me to press the button where you end up getting cut off half the time. It's 200 bits on Twitch, $3 or more on Super Chat, and then every once in a while, like I said, I press this button and I bring up the chat.
June 9th on Twitch, but been years on YouTube.
See, I was right. Wait, June 9th. I wasn't right. I thought it was July 9th.
Says thanks for taking the responsibility role, Lola Cap.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing, too. So Lola's become the most generous person on this channel.
1312 says, you said you didn't like hot sauce earlier. I was wondering if you like anything that is spicy?
No, I hate everything spicy. Spicy, ruins every meal. I don't know why people would want spice on something. It takes a nice meal and then remember that Chinese food that I ordered on Friday? I finally ended up finishing it yesterday. So I got 3 meals out of it. Ended up being $33 per meal. $33.80. which is it's fine because I enjoyed it. I totally enjoyed it. And I feel like I definitely got that much in bits from Lola over the past few days. So thanks for the Chinese food, Lola. I appreciate it. But I kind of just took everything out of the fridge, and they give you those little the little dipping things. And I thought they were all the duck sauce or whatever they call it, like the sweet sauce. And so I just literally took my sesame ginger chicken and bloop, like dropped it in there and just stuck it right in my mouth. And it ended up being that hot ass mustard. And I was like, whoa, like immediately I was like, oh my, and why you would want to do that? Like why you want to torture your face? I got this perfectly good chicken, tastes nice.
Was the Chinese food worth the price for you?
Yeah, it was totally, I got the 3 meals out of it and I was happy with it. And, you know, unless Banana and I go out, I never get like go out food by myself. I have a lot of prepared meals in the house. Yeah, and so I ate that.
Lalakwipa says you're welcome. I hope my contribution makes doing this worth it for you.
It basically, yes. It makes it worth it for Banana. She said to me, she's like, as long as she's like, if you're in there making money, like, you know, I'm sitting here, I'm like, I'm trying to spread a message.
It's a channel name.
What is the channel? Oh, your username is the channel name. I'm like, I'm in here like building the community and having fun. And she's like, are you selling soap and making money? I'm like, yeah.
At Star Lightning Duelist 7273 says I'm going to hell. For a moment, I thought that you were playing a driving video game. At Lakiva says, wait, you don't like spicy, absolutely trash. People be effing you. At Funger says, would you rather shit in the park or park in the shit?
I don't know about that's a stupid question too. Why? That's the second person that has said to me, I look like I'm driving. Like, what in the F about this scene looks like I'm driving? So by the way, if LT is there, I feel like I've completely hijacked. He says he doesn't want to broadcast when I'm on. If you want to go on at the same time, I'm not going to cry about it. So broadcast whenever you want there, Mad Hunker. I did see what this is.
Lolatopause just cheered 200 bits.
Lola.
James was asking if the game is free.
the game that this game, the me driving game.
Lolatopause just cheered 200 bits. We lost sound.
Says try to stay cool 100
okay. She just told me you lost sound. I switched over to this, which is supposed to give.
Says hello P. How are you?
I'm going to unplug.
Lolatopause just cheered 200 bits. No, my headphones disconnected. Sorry.
You scared the crap out of me.
No, my headphones disconnected. Sorry.
I was just about to unplug everything.
It says now you are doubling sound.
I know. Okay. All right. So that the reason one of the reasons. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
so what? I'll explain that in a second. So thanks for the heart attack. So this thing that I'm wearing on my head. When I lose sound, I lose the main microphones, and there's 4 of them. There's the one that I talk on, there's the one that Brooks talks on, there's the one that Banana talks on, and then there's the one that I use, my fancy TLM 103 from Neumann that I use when the hype train happens. When I lose sound, all of those die. However, the other sources work, meaning that camera over there has a microphone input, and I'm wearing it.
At la_may_y_query_CISA tip $3 through Super Chat. Get Pete kumquat flavored everything. Ew. Skull and crossbones emoji. Emoji.
Actually, it's not gross. Let me finish that. I'll come back to kumquat talk in a second. So this wireless microphone bypasses what goes wrong on that board. So when I lose audio, which does happen from time to time, and I need you guys to tell me because there's no way I would know. Like, how would I know if there's no audio? When that does happen, if it happens, hopefully it never happens again, but if it does, I can switch to my remote camera while I unplug this board and then plug it back in, which basically fixes it every time. But yeah, thanks for the jump scare, Lola. I appreciate that. So we're here, we're talking. Okay, and kumquat flavored. See, I thought that kumquat flavored would be gross. But I had potato chips the other day.
Lolatopause just cheered 200 bits. Sorry, my headphones have never randomly disconnected before.
Yeah, and my board never shut off before until it did that day. And then I think I was alone the first time that the audio crapped out. And I keep saying this, like I contacted the people that make this thing, the Tascam Mixcast 4, and they're like, yeah, that happens. I'm like, that can't be your answer. Like that. And there's another mixing board. I always like this one's a little more technically complicated than the Rodecaster, which is the thing that like every other streamer uses. But this one had a couple of extra capabilities, more routing for me, and so I bought this one. And I'd probably like to switch to the Rodecaster because it probably doesn't turn off like this one does. But Jesus, I don't need to learn a whole nother board. I don't need to, like, this one mostly works, but I do need you guys to, every once in a while, if the stupid audio craps out, just let me know. Keep calm, and carry on. Kumquat flavored, yeah. So I didn't know what a kumquat was. I think it's, wait, am I thinking the right thing? Is a kumquat the little orange flavored thing? What is a kumquat?
A kumquat is a small citrus fruit that looks like a tiny orange. It
Okay.
has
Yeah, so it's an orange. For some reason, like kumquat, it just sounds gross. Doesn't sound like something I want to eat. But I got mailed to me. I can't remember whether it was for a blind guy unboxing or whether it was from Galactic Snacks. But someone mailed me like kumquat flavored chips, and I was like, "Holy crap, these are really good!" But I just feel like I'd feel weird like telling people like, "Hey, what are you eating?" I'm just sitting here sucking on a kumquat.
At Z the Wee says hi.
Hi again, Z the Wee. You got two highs in a row.
Alyssa 2796 says it is like a tiny orange.
Yeah, which I don't know. Is there a difference between a kumquat and a cutie, or and a tangerine? Like are kumquat
1312 says lol.
or a kumquat a
At
cutie
Amber Harris 5580 says I'm drinking hot coffee. What are you drinking?
and a tangerine all day?
Lalachwipa says Sarah, are you back? I'm gonna attempt to grab my laundry out of the dryer.
No, you're not allowed to go to the dryer. You must stay right here. And you know what would happen if we weren't modded 24 hours a day? People would come in and say stinky kumquat. No, I love you guys. I love that you guys help keep this thing so clean. And I am going to look into, what was it called, Nightbot, where apparently there's this thing I can have a robot that will trigger if someone asks like, how did you lose your eyesight? Like, the mods are nice, they answer, they tell everybody how I lost my eyesight, but it gets a little annoying for them to have to type it again and again and again, and I certainly don't want to keep telling the story again and again and again. So if I hook up Nightbot to Twitch, they can hit, like, I could make a command like exclamation mark how, and then it would tell the story of how I lost my eyesight. The action on Twitch is, after our record night last night, we're breaking 1,000 viewers and breaking 30 concurrent for the first time ever. I haven't gotten a follow on Twitch for like the whole. I think I got one the whole night tonight.
Yes, Nightbot.
Yeah, Nightbot.
At DJK David says fruit flavored chips. Can't say that doesn't sound interesting.
Well, and you know my favorite. There's two. One of my favorite chips is meat flavored. Like Brooks and I were doing like.
PC says kumquats are different from mandarins.
Oh, mandarin. That's what I was thinking too.
Says so. You've already got those commands set.
I haven't got them. If you're talking to me, I haven't gotten them set yet. But I haven't even registered for Nightbot. I'll get to it eventually. We had a mandarin tree out here, and it died. So that didn't work. Nightbot, mandarin tree. Oh, I was begging for people on Twitch. There's literally like no action on Twitch tonight, which makes me sad because I was like, we had like 300 people last Thursday, and then 500 on Friday, and then 750 on Saturday, and then yesterday we broke 1,000. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep sitting here begging. Follow me on Twitch at Pete Gustin, because all the noises over there, like every time you guys do anything, it like most of it gets read text to speech. The hype train raids get read out loud, follows, subscriptions, and the bits, who's 100% being carried mostly by, I said 100% mostly, that's because I modified my thought process. It's not 100%. It is mostly being carried by Lola Tupaws over on Twitch.
Right, that definitive said Father 72 says you like 3 Days Grace by chance.
Does 3 Days Grace do the song, if I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman?
The Great One says I missed out on yesterday. I missed out on so much.
Yeah, you missed out on like the biggest show of the year.
Says the voice from my childhood.
I don't know about that. Well, maybe, I guess. I think a lot of people think I'm like the original movie trailer guy. That's Don LaFontaine, and he's long dead. I mean, I wasn't doing trailers in the 80s and 90s. Like, I was just getting into radio in 95, 96. And I didn't get my first like national voiceover job until 2007, when the Patriots were going for the perfect season as they were going to face the Giants in the Super Bowl. I got hired by Reebok to do a national ad campaign that ran during the Super Bowl, called Perfectville. And it was like, in a perfect place, there's a perfect team going for the perfect season. And I always say this, it was a big break. Like, I had a Super Bowl ad, which is pretty friggin' cool. You know, that was 2007. I don't even know if I could do that. I was 30. I think I was 30 when I got my first national commercial. And I got paid for that, but it was low because it was supposed to be part of a big campaign. Supposed to be part of this huge campaign. Like, the Patriots were supposed to win that stupid game. They were favored. They were supposed to beat the Giants. They were supposed to have the perfect year. And then afterwards, Perfectville was going to be like the ad campaign for Reebok for the next handful of months. They hired the 1972 Dolphins, which was the only team that's ever had a perfect season. And the Patriots were going to be moving into Perfectville with the Dolphins. And there was a whole series of commercials. I mean, by the time it was done, like, it was probably going to end up paying me like well over $100,000. And as it was, we did the one commercial to tease Perfectville. I think I got like $1,000, and then they sent me a pair of sneakers because they felt bad for me. And that was 2007. And then I started doing work for the Dan Patrick Show. Yeah, I wasn't getting trailers until like 2013 or something like that. So I don't know. I mean, it depends on your age, I guess. Depends on how old you are. If I was the voice of your childhood, is a possibility, but I'm not sure. Is Steve still here? Oh, yeah, he is still here. That's why Petey the Penguin is smushed up against me, keeping him safe, making sure Steve doesn't run away with him. And how are we doing?
DJK David says, do you ever get overwhelmed by the text to speech?
I guess in this circumstance, because the questions like come at me hot and heavy all the time.
Samantha Hendricks 2108 says, hello, how's your day going?
Good, Samantha Hendricks. Thanks for stopping by.
420 says, I was born in the 1900s.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Like into the 1900s, the dark ages.
Lola Tupors just cheered 200 bits.
Protect the penguin.
How did you meet Brooks? It seems like you two have a tight friendship.
And everybody thinks we're like brothers. First, does the text-to-speech overwhelm me? No, not when I'm using it like normal. When I'm just using it, it gets annoying. Like, when you're using it on the computer, if you're trying to find a button that says like continue, and say you go over it and you kind of miss it, and then you go back, and then or if you're trying to find your way around a screen, it's like continue, next, cancel, continue, next, cancel, continue. I'm like, I'm trying to find the button that says exit. And so it reads everything as you're going over it, which becomes a little maddening. I feel like I'm pretty good at absorbing it. It's 100% how I work. I'm very good if I have one text-to-speech source reading one script to me, I'm 100% accurate at reading that. That's how I do my voiceover job. But in this circumstance, when I have like, I do it to myself because I like to keep the show flowing. So I'll hit the button and I'm still in the middle of a thought, and then the text will come in and be like, well, hold on 1 second. So I get a little discombobulated. How did I meet Brooks? So I was in the very beginning, I was actually advertising the Blind Surfer episodes that I was making on Instagram. Like, you hit that little button that says like promote, and I will answer the question. I swear to God, Lola.
At MadeJabBrown3983 tipped $5 through Super Chat.
Thank you.
I heard you before I knew you with the Perfectville ad.
Perfectville ad. Perfectville ad. Wow, you heard me before Perfectville? I mean, I was doing a lot of radio in the Northeast. I was all up and down radio in the Northeast, and I was doing some radio in Minnesota. I was doing radio in Redding, California. I mean, I was in a few places, but the Perfectville ad was my first national, like all at once, all across the country. But that's interesting that you heard me before that. I wonder if you're from the Northeast. I was all over the Northeast in radio. So I was promoting my Blind Surfer episodes, which if you go back and watch like my first, like, oh God, it's like, I don't know, like first 30 episodes, I'm not necessarily putting on an act, but I watch it now and it's kind of cringy. Like, there are moments when I should have just been like, it's cool, just walking to the beach, hanging with my friends. But I like constantly had like a big smile, and I was like laughing because I thought like having the energy, but you can tell, if you're a really good actor, you can't tell. But I wasn't a really good actor at the time. I didn't start taking acting classes until recently. And I feel like a lot of it's kind of like, it's a little bit cheesy. But Brooks came across some of my promoted content on Instagram. Then he realized that we both lived in the same town. As it turns out, we live like 3 blocks apart. Like he gets in his car, he's like, be right there. And then he's like literally here within 2 minutes. But he was interested in making a documentary. Like his goal was to make a documentary, and he thought I'd make a really fun, fantastic, interesting subject of a documentary. But he didn't just come out and like meet me and say, I want to do a documentary. He met me and he's like, I'm a drone pilot. Can I film you? I'm like, and it's funny, he had like this master plan. And so he did. He came to the beach and filmed me and Brooks, and Josh rather, for free for a number of months, I think. And then I think he had it like on the calendar. He's like, I'll film him for free for 3 months. And at the end of 3 months, I'm going to ask him a question. And then one day, I can't remember whether it was a conversation or he texted. He's like, I want to ask you something. I was like, oh no. I was like, here's where the bill comes due. He's definitely going to like ask for something for me to do for him or pay him or something. And he's just like, I want to do a documentary. Can I do a documentary about you? And I'm like, what? That would be awesome. And I like, he didn't need to do all that droning for free in order for me to say yes. But he did. And then he took a lot of the drone footage that he'd used in the past and like kind of wrote this whole script and interviewed me and interviewed Banana and interviewed Josh. And he put together Finding a Way, the blind surfer documentary, which still lives on YouTube. And it's at that time, like we've known each other for so long, I still had some vision. I think I was actually walking down to the beach by myself. It might have been literally like months right before I started needing to use my blind guy cane. So that documentary could use some updating, but it's everything from like the time I was in elementary school right up to the time when my vision was just about to fully crap out. And he blew me and Banana away. He came over and played it for us, and we were like, whoa. Like, that was not amateur work. Brooks is a talented dude, talented storyteller, and he did a really good job.
What to send him, :
You just sent me : so that works. He didn't know what to send me, and you sent me a : Thank you. I appreciate that.
At Rubber Duck Girl S3C says hi.
What up, Rubber Duck Girl? That's a good username. That kind of sounds like a Twitch
username.
BC
says Petey the Penguin is the mascot for blindpenguin.com.
Yeah.
Cherry Garsha 1312 says I'm 26 and my best friend is 47.
26, 47. Hey, that's a bigger age gap between you guys than it is between me and Josh. Me and Josh are like 18 years apart, which is weird. I keep thinking.
Finish 5150 says, hey now, love the content.
Hey now. Thank you. I appreciate that.
At Mermaids Now Gerald 6793 says, what's your dog's name?
Steve. That's Steve over there. Skylar's out there. She thinks she's not welcome because the couch is too crowded. That's Steve. That's Petey the Penguin. I'm Pete. He represents Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap, which I haven't sold 1 box during this show. Why am I here if you guys aren't subscribing on Twitch and buying boxes of soap? That's gonna be the excuse for me to like tell Banana I'm gonna keep coming in here and doing stuff. So I got to step up my game. I've got a couple shorts ready about this, so like fun ones. I got a video coming soon that actually shows a rock hopper penguin trying to climb his way up a cliff, and it's pretty cute. But I didn't want to promote it too heavily while she was gone because I didn't want to run into the circumstance where we didn't have enough boxes to fulfill. But she'll be back. She'll be back. That was when Banana called at the beginning of the show. That was the first time I've heard her voice since she left on the vacation with her friend Jenny. She's just been hanging out with family, and she went to a Red Sox game. She's been doing all sorts of stuff. Me, I've been troubleshooting technology, mailing out boxes, doing a bunch of voiceovers, and getting everything all set up. I had to do a bunch of legal paperwork over the past between Friday and today for Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap.
Rubber Duck Girl S3C says I have 4 dogs and 2 cats.
That's a lot of animals in one house.
I'm a student, that's why I don't like them.
Lolatopause just cheered 200 bits. My favorite part about the foaming hand soap, aside from the amazing smells, is the fact that the pump doesn't need to be unlocked by twisting the ever-living poop out of it.
We've spent so much. Starting a company and starting a product there's so much work. And I was like, who cares? Like, I was mostly just concerned with like the scent. I'm like, the scent's going to be awesome. That's going to be the main thing. And Banana's like, the bottle, like there's a billion bottles we could have chosen from. I kind of wanted a shorter, squatter bottle. Oh, where is it? We ended up going with this one. Banana's like, not everybody has a lot space in their bathroom, and we're sending 3 at a time. So we went with the taller, thinner one. So you can literally, if you just have one bathroom in your house, I mean, we've got like boatloads of them here, so we got them spread out all over the place. But not everybody has that. And she's like, you got to think about that. So people don't want to like jam 3 fat bottles along their sink. So we went with the taller, skinny one. And yeah, the pump is really easy to work, but we also put caps on it for shipping purposes and to keep the scent in, because we don't want, if you leave it on your counter for a long time, the scent will slowly, I mean, months, it'll start to like seep out of here. So you can cap it and keep it safe.
Lolatapaws just cheered 200 bits. Or 9 bottles if you're me.
Yeah. She got she bought all 3 boxes with 3 in each, so she got 9 of them all at once. But the amount of stuff, picking the bottle, coming up with the scent, doing the artwork, Banana worked with a bunch of artists to design Petey, and then Chris is actually Nisha's sister, and I don't think I've ever said that before, but she's the one that does like all of my good artwork. She's designed all my logos, and we basically told her like we wanted it to look like it's from a 1950s candy shop. So that's the vibe we were trying to give with the logo, that I think, if I'm holding it right, it says Blind Penguin, and like the colors and everything. We were going for a 1950s candy shop, and I could envision that in my head. It's kind of weird to me that we've got this whole thing and I don't really know what the heck it looks like, but it's been described to me, and that's kind of one of the reasons I had Petey the Penguin made, because I wanted to feel the penguin. I want to know what the penguin felt like, and so I got this big 28-inch plushie here, and now I know what Petey the Penguin feels like. So that's who that is. All that after someone just asking my dog's name. Dog Steve, Penguin Petey. Yeah, I mean me and Petey have the same name. We share some characteristics, I'm told. Banana mentioned it on the show on July the 8th.
Rikispanish 5150 says so cool. The Wee says happy birthday, Pete. IDK when your birthday is.
June. We missed it. What's today? It'll be 1.
The Blind Husband says on my credit card receipts you're categorized as a food item. I don't know why.
Food item? Why is it a food item? Don't put it in your mouth. Do not put Blind Penguin frothing hand soap in your mouth. I wonder if it's because every time...
One says lol.
I wonder if it's because every time I kept mentioning it, I was like, and the flavor is, I said the flavor like 100 times. I finally beat it out of my head and started saying the scent as opposed to the flavor.
@Fish4Eel says, I like your YouTube shorts.
Thanks, Fish4Eel. Hope you like my YouTube long as well, also known as
B5D says hi.
This live. Hi.
Joni BC says the idea is for sighted people to experience what blind people experience with sense and such.
And also to like
Beacon
challenge.
Says, do it, I dare you.
Do what?
Adder Probmid says, oh yes, daddy, 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 oh yes.
Don't be weird. You got shut off. Yeah, it's that. It's to get people to experience what it's like to be blind, but it's also kind of it's just a fun game, and I won't tell this story every time. I'll keep it really short, but I'm challenging people to try and identify scents without sight, which no one does these days. Everybody smells something when they know. They're like, oh, it smells like blueberries, smell it. Ah, this smells like watermelon, smell it. And then you smell it. But when you don't know, and you have no idea, and looking at this bottle, you should have no idea, because the sticker, beneath the sticker that says peel to reveal, is the name. You will get to see the name after you peel it. But I'm telling you, when you smell something for the first time, you're going to be like, oh, I know that. It's, and you might get it. I feel like I should set up some sort of like a information capture thing on Blind Penguin. I don't want people to say the names online. I don't want all the flavor. I did it again. All the scents. I don't want all the scents names to be out there, but I would like people to, maybe I could set up something. I could have Brooke set up something like a poll, like, did you get it right? Did you get any of these scents right? I think there's a couple of them that you should know off the top of your head, but I think a lot of them, people are going to be like, oh, I should have known that, but I didn't.
Z the Wee says, have you tried?
Z the Wee, have I tried what? I've tried everything. I've done everything at least once.
5021 says, eat it, trust.
Yeah, no, don't eat it. I don't know why it's a food item, but do not eat it. There, that's the disclaimer. That's the disclaimer and the warning all in one.
472 says it's the play.
What's the
Agreed one says, you mean where you get a bar of soap in your mouth for cursing?
That's
says in a vid earlier, a man was blindfolded eating broccoli. He thought it was carrots for a solid minute before he realized.
That's what I'm telling you.
Beacon one says yes.
It's so hard. Like the meals that I get these pre-prepared meals mailed to me. I buy them. It's called Factor 75.
Ouija 2012 says you.
What up, Pee Wee?
At BKX5021 says, yo, I'm a big fan. How comes there is only 21 ppl?
All depends what platform you're on. Here's the thing there, big fan, which I appreciate.
Says neck hurts, neck hurts, neck hurts, neck hurts, neck hurts, neck
Oh,
hurts, neck hurts.
God, stop it. Don't do that. You're just going to get yourself banned. There's 21 people on whatever platform you're on. If you're on YouTube horizontal, there might be 21. If you're on YouTube vertical, there might be 21. If you're on Twitch, there might be 21. If you're on TikTok, there might be 21. If you're on Facebook, there's probably like 5. But if you add those together, then you've got 100. We generally have about 100 people total in here at all times, which again, I'm repeating myself. I'm starting to annoy myself. If we all moved over to Twitch, then you could all see the chat all at the same time. Now I can show you the chat if the idiot is done putting that thing up there. I can show you the chat and you can look. You can see someone from TikTok commented.
Keep spamming the comment section?
I guess people are dumb.
At Fishboreal says your phone is on airplane mode.
I know.
At PWeeger 2012 says you love the content.
I don't need it to not be on. That's also not my. This is my phone.
472 says I think if he turns it on.
So this phone right here, which is maybe it's hidden from this angle. That's the one reading the chat. It's like a backup iPhone I've got. This one is my actual phone, and that one that's the third time someone has pointed out in the past 2 days that my phone. Like, why does it freak people out that it's on airplane mode? It's on airplane mode and it's on Do Not Disturb. Because in the past, when I have had my phone not on Do Not Disturb in airplane mode, and I had it like hooked up, then people were like messaging me, and the messages were going out over the public. I was like, whoops. You know what I was going to do? I was going to if people are on animal, I was going to say if people are going to be over in YouTube.
Says, yo, I love the content so much. Keep it up,
thanks.
My bro.
Appreciate it. There's a way for me to add the Blind Penguin frothing soap to the how do I got to get to my account. I can. Let's see if I can show you guys. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Says, oh yes, daddy, 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 oh yes.
Like, do you get a kick out of that? Like, is that cool? Is that awesome for you? Do you feel cool because you've put that on the internet? Kind of makes you seem like a creepy weirdo, to be honest. Wait, now it's not trying to do something here. Oh, off. What? Damn it. I was trying to do something, show you how I do it. I close the app. I'm gonna start it again. Well, that person gets their stuff together. I'm going to my channel. Aha, action menu. All right, so I'll show you. Wait. What? Oh, it's not letting me. It's not letting me. I was gonna edit the stream live while you guys were sheet grabber. What is that? I don't know. What does that even mean? Dismiss. Let's dismiss it. Action menu. You guys. No, it's not letting me edit it for some reason. All right, I'll go back to the chat. I was giving you guys a timeout while I was trying to figure something out. See if that person's out of there. And then we can go back to having a. I feel like the teacher.
Martimony 472 says, "Bro, he turned it off, agent."
Yeah,
Saracom
because someone.
7808 says, "I can't find where that person spamming is."
You should.
Says, "I checked all formats and it's not in the chat."
I wonder if they're on
Martimony
Facebook.
472 says, "I want to tell question."
What's a tell
Angel
question?
420 says they delete it after they send it.
Oh, but if I
says WSG chat.
If I leave it,
says Pee-wee. He's already said it all sucks. Bogart the Great One says, yeah, they aren't on Twitch, thankfully.
That's good.
Saracom 7808 says, Pete, I don't think that person is on Twitch or YouTube.
Okay.
Absurd says, I think they're trying to annoy him into saying something so they can clip it or something.
Yeah, it's.
At Matthew Whittle says, what's your Twitch name and how cut do you make in voice acting?
How
Fishboreal says, the people who spam are little 8-year-olds who come from your YT shorts.
My Twitch username is @PeteGustin, so you can go follow me over there. I have not heard the Twitch follow noise like the whole. There was one earlier, and then that person was rewarded for being a follower. You know, Lola gave me a subscription, and I think they're trying to ask me how much I make from voice acting. Like, I mean, I know I'm a public figure, and I know how to give it a lot of information, but like, is that something I'm supposed to tell you guys?
At MadeJabBrown 3983 tip $10 through Super Chat.
Thank you, Mateo.
I know that scent you just showed. We are working on the all-green bottle from Box 1. I didn't know it originally but used it again today and it was totally that scent.
You know, it's funny. The green bottle, like I don't know which color each bottle is, honestly. Like Banana worked with Chris and designed all the bottles, and then I think it's good that they made them all different colors. Originally, I wanted every bottle to be exactly the same so that people like would have no clue what they were at all. Um, but Chris and Banana decided to make each one at least a different color, and the color does relate to the scent, not flavor. It does, so it all ties together. Once you peel the peel to reveal, and you look at it, and you see that the bottle is a certain color, and then you read the name of the scent, and you're like, oh. So I actually don't even know which one is the green one. I guess I should ask and try and memorize that. And yeah. I think that person was trying. I think they're trying to ask how much I make from voice acting. Like, I mean, I'm not like running for president here. I'm not required to disclose my taxes, am I? Like, I don't know. I'm not going to tell you exactly how much I make. I make a living, which is actually pretty rare. There's not a lot of people. See, all right, I'm leaving it up for a second just so you guys can see what platform it's on. Look and see what platform that's on. Look and see. I'm leaving it. I'm going to get it off. You guys can tell me what platforms it's on. If you want to, you know, like if one of you people that has my my text messages, you can text me about it. There's a couple platforms that I don't want to give the behind the scenes. But yeah, I mean, if that keeps happening, then what's going to happen is I'm just going to only do, you know, people are going to have to do Twitch bits or super chat, because I can't just leave it up and have it do spam all night, or I'll just walk the hell out of here. Like, I don't need to listen to that. Like, no one wants to listen to that. That's how you're going to get your kicks, by ruining everybody's time, by coming off like an idiot and then just basically making the stream not happen. Like, grow up. Like, I don't have tolerance for that. It's just nonsense. Let's try one more time. See if anybody's in there. See if anybody's in there that can be an adult and have an actual conversation and try and enjoy themselves.
At See the Way says, I saw it on YouTube.
You did?
Yakina says, is there no mod to ban them?
We've got 5 mods in here right now. We're trying to figure out what platform they're on.
9096 says admin Midgero 12. 6 p.m. Sunrose 8 says you'll probably need a good team of mods TBH. At Joni BC says, I've given several 24-hour timeouts so far.
I don't want to
people want to ruin everything.
Yeah. I don't want to
6048 says hi.
I don't want to disinclude the platform that it might be on, because there's a lot of people over there who do have good questions.
5150 says, yeah, very immature.
Yeah. It is funny though. Like, I feel like the more popular this thing becomes, and I don't know if it's popular tonight. Someone was just like, "Hey, I thought you were popular. There's only 21 followers."
472 says him in SD2.
Oh, well, what's up, San Diego? The second most amazing climate in the world.
Lolatopause just cheered 200 bits. It has the YouTube icon next to their name, but it's not popping up in any of the chats. I think they're hacking a chat somewhere because it's not popping up anywhere.
That's super weird. There,
Lean
finally.
for Dip just followed.
Thank you, Lean for Dip. I appreciate it. Now, everybody do what that person just did. Lean for Dip. Go on over to Twitch, and then you follow, and then you make Steve's head pop up either there or here, depending on what platform you're on. And then I'm telling you, if we could, my goal is eventually to move it all over there, because then we can manage things better. Everybody can be in the same chat together, and then we can eliminate these dinks who are in there going bigger, 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 bigger. And here, I mean, I don't know. People might be like, "Well, stop talking about it. You're giving them attention." I think that unfortunately they got attention because I try and give everybody opportunity to get their things heard. There it is again. Yeah. I'm just gonna walk the F out of here because that's unnecessary. Like, I don't.
Lolatopause just cheered 200 bits. I banned them on YouTube.
You know, I'm going to take a walk, and I'm not going to take the chat with me. I will take, if you guys want to do, I got to find my stuff here. Unplug that. See if I can do this right tonight. I know that I'm pretty sure that camera is working. I'm going to take a walk, and then maybe if everybody can calm down and quit being a jerk, then we can continue. Let me put this in and see if it works. Test, test, test. 1 2 1 2. All right, that is working. I'm going to switch, and I'm gonna switch over to the one where there is no chat. So if I switch to that one, I should be on that. The doubled voice.
At Sarahcam 7808 says thanks Lola. At user go 8
and I'm going to turn off the chat.
Says wait, come back.
I'm turning off the chat, and I'm going to just take that camera for a little bit of a walk. Maybe I'll go grab some juice or something, and then we can see if we can get a hold of ourselves. Hold on, I'm going to take this camera. This camera is going to come with me. If you guys, if there's anything, if you want to, whoa, I'm going to so fall down right now. I got to get over there and grab this thing. Whoa, that is a heavy, heavy tripod. Hold on. I got to get around the corner here. And then I got to, oh, I'm holding it from the side. That's why. Hold on, I'll get this thing pointed at me. Gonna flip. Where's the button? The button to turn the tracking on is, hold on, I'm figuring it out. Yeah, where is it? It's not there. Hold on, I gotta put this thing down on the ground for a second. See, when I wasn't ready for it. There we go. All right, so now, there we go. It is pointed at me now. All right, we're gonna take a little walk. Boom, clank, 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 clank. Like, hopefully, if someone were to super chat or do bits right now, I should be able to hear that in this ear pod. But I turned off the regular chat. It gives me a second to get out of there and stretch my legs anyway. We can go downstairs and grab a little juice, and then we can come back. Like, hopefully, yeah, I got the microphone on my head. Hopefully everything's working. Maybe I just left everybody in complete silence. I don't know. This new tripod has the ability to...
Angel Lord 16 just followed.
Thank you, Angel Lord. That's nice to get a follow while we're giving the children a timeout. Okay. Ooh, that's too tall, right? Hold on.
Lolatopause just cheered 200 bits. I blocked them and reported them twice for you or Ete.
Okay. Oh, Ete. Are we speaking Latin here? E tu brute? I think I put the tracking on this thing. I got to put my hand in front of it to see if it is following. Yeah, it does seem like it's following me. So the juice I had in here the other day was just gross. It was terrible. It was that... Here, I'll show it to you again.
Drink Bubbles 111 just followed.
Thank Drink Bubbles. I appreciate that. Look, I walk away, I throw a bit of a fit, and people start following. That's nice. This is the juice that I can't stand because it's got that artificial sweetener in it. Someone was telling me if I poured real sugar in it, it would make it taste better. But I don't have any real sugar in the house, so I kind of stopped drinking it because it's just... Artificial sweetener drinks are just gross. Just straight up gross. This is what I'm drinking right now. I don't know where the front is. That might be the front, or this might be the front. I don't know, one of those. But it's just simply peach juice. Peach juice is good. And yes, I'm drinking right out of the bottle because I'm home alone all week and there's nobody else who's going to drink out of it. Someone was asking my favorite ice cream. I got some pretty amazing ice cream in here. See, I'm kind of lonely with that. Honestly, I'm kind of lonely without the chat. Like, the whole show is basically like, you know, you guys getting to interact and talk and have fun. But I had to get away from that for a second because it was just annoying. Brooks was over last night. And he's like, you know you have a whole thing of gelato in the freezer? And I'm like, I do know that I have a whole thing of gelato in the freezer. Whatever flavor it is, I couldn't tell you. But it's delicious. Is this open? Oh, this is... It is... Did I even open it? No, it's even got the top on it. That's what I'm going to do. After this show, I'm going to treat myself to some gelato.
At MadeJabBrown3983 tip $5 through Super Chat. Everything is working as it should be, including tracking.
Good. That's good to know. I can stay down here for a while then. Stay down here for a while with no chat going on. We're all just in a big timeout. I mean, I kind of feel bad punishing everybody, but it's also nice for me too. Like, what time is it? It is
6:19 p.m.
6:19. I went on at 4:30. Yeah, I've been trying to do 2 hours each night, so it gives me a second to get out of there for a second. We can go outside and where's the camera? Here it is. I got on a very, very large tripod right now. I bought a very fancy new tripod. What is happening when I pick it up? It's hold on. I'm back. I had to lock something. We can go outside for a second if you guys want to take a little walk with me. Got to open the door. Don't want to walk into it. Although I'm sure that would be fun for you guys. Hey, he walked into a door. He is blind. It is hot out here today. So if I put this is what I need to do. I need to put it like where I can remember it. I'm going to put it right next to a column, and if it follows me, I could, I can't hop in the pool tonight because I'm not wearing it. Last night I was going to hop in the pool with you guys. I had the bathing suit on, but the stupid technology failed me. The pool, we have solar heating in the pool. We just like have these I looked at the temperature, I listened to the temperature of the pool today, and it actually got all the way up to 90, the pool got to 93 degrees, which you might say is way too hot for a pool. It's not refreshing. But if you notice from the size of the thing, it's not really a pool. I keep calling it a pool. It's actually a spool. So it's like, it's a spa pool. So we popped, like Brooks came over last night, and he actually made pizza at the house while I was in the pool. We hop in there and he put the jets on, and you know, when it's 93 degrees, like that's actually a pretty good temperature for if you're trying to just sit there. Like if you're in a pool and you're trying to swim and it's 93 degrees, that would be gross. That would be kind of a lot. But for the other thing I should do is double check that my fly's up. Hey, look at that. It's up. I left Petey undefended. Petey's up on the couch by himself. We have to go back. Where's the damn... Okay. We have to go back because I walked away from Petey. Oh, Steve is here. Is that you, Steve? 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 Is that you? Please tell me you don't have Petey in your mouth. You didn't eat. Petey, did you? Okay. Grab a drumstick and bring it upstairs.
Lolatopause just cheered 200 bits.
Yes?
Petey now has a full bladder's worth of pee on him.
No! No! I don't want that. Don't even joke about that. Don't joke about Petey getting peed on. Don't pee on my penguin. Hold on. I'm going to grab myself... Ow. Bought my head on there. I'm going to grab myself a drumstick, and then I'm going to go upstairs and try... I'm listening. What the hell's Steve doing? What is he doing? I'm going to bring this upstairs. I'm going to have a drumstick with you guys. I deserve it. What are you eating? Steve? Where are you? Come here. What is in your mouth? What are you eating? Oh, it's not eating. I had to take the rug off the ground, the one I told you that Skylar peed all over, and his feet stepping on the rubber part under the rug kind of sounds like him going... Where's the damn camera? There it is. All right, let's head back upstairs. I'm going to actually, before I do that, I'm going to lower this tripod because it'll be hard to walk up the stairs with it. 1 and 2, and it's about as low as I'm going to get it, I guess. All right, heading back up to the office. Steve, you coming with me? Oop, 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 hitting the stairs on the way up. And 1 flight of stairs. Whoa. And heading back into the office. Hold on, I got to pick you guys up really high to get over the gate. I have a puppy gate. You know, because of my crazy puppy. And I might actually turn this fan on while I'm here. Hold on, let's put this down over here. Put that there. Turn this fan on if I can find it. Steve, that's you. There's my fan. And then we can head back over to the normal camera. What's this? This is Petey over here. This is me. This is Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap that I'm sitting on. Hi, Steve. Thank you for leaving Petey the Penguin alone. Let me switch over to this, and I'll grab my regular headphones, take this one out, and I'm back. Thank you for taking a walk with me. Thank you for allowing me to take a walk. Oh, what am I sitting on? I'm sitting on everything, basically. What did I do with my music control? Oh, there it is. There's my music control. All right, and now the moment we've all been waiting for. What happens if I put the chat back on?
Angel 420 says
Whoa,
Petey
that
is
was
safe
fast.
lol.
Yeah, I'm excited about
from
that.
The field trip. Bogart the
Thank
one
you.
says Petey survived.
Can I eat this ice cream in front of you guys? Is that rude?
Angelord
I
16
feel like I
says
needed
welcome
something.
back, lol.
Why do I look like a refrigerator? What does a refrigerator look
At
like?
Dragon's Axe
Like
says
a
you look
big
like a refrigerator.
rectangular thing? I'm going to eat right now,
I have to
Lola.
go eat dinner.
Now people... I
Benford
Don't
it says
forget
no,
to
it's
come
not
back.
rude. Kimbo14 says,
Yeah,
see
she
ya later,
will.
Lola. Lalatwipa says, you all behave or I will ban you from the other side. Bogart the Greek
Oh,
one
no,
says,
it's the
no eat the
vanilla.
ice cream. Kimbo14 says,
I
enjoy
think-
your ice cream, Pete. Lalatwipa says, welcome,
Well,
Nat Venfredit.
The last time,
Absurd Sitch says, y'all eaten on stream before. Do it. At Joni BC says, reminder for everyone. When you act like a jerk, you ruin the experience for everyone. Sure, mods can put you
That's
on a
true.
timeout, but the damage is done. I can't
I
erase
want
the
Sophie
comments
Jean,
before
obviously.
they get to Pete.
I like that.
At Sophie Jean obviously
I'm just going to
says,
listen to
good
you
evening.
guys for a minute. While I eat this.
RM258 says hi.
Cody's _ wrestling _ life just followed.
Thanks, Cody's Wrestling Life __. I appreciate the follow over there. Welcome to Twitch, where all the cool people are. That was fun. I walked downstairs and I got a couple of follows just by being downstairs. Now I'm eating a drumstick. I've decided I don't like the vanilla as much as I like the chocolate. I feel like the chocolate one is way better. But either way, I like the little chocolate that's at the bottom of it. Yeah, you are. You told me the other night you're modding like a boatload of channels, which seems like a lot of work. Thanks for coming on over.
I drink Bibbles 111 says
next
hi,
time I go live, you might actually know about it.
Bogart the Great one says that's awesome. Angelord16 says, is it hard to talk with all the text to speech even
I'm
though
glad you were here to catch it live too. Banana is on vacation. She's gone. I'm not wearing my ring and she's gone. I just keep forgetting. I keep forgetting to wear the ring. It's in the other room. She's on vacation. She'll be back. It's funny. I do something totally, when I'm voice acting, what I do with the text-to-speech is totally different than what I do when I'm talking to you guys. Because when I'm voice acting, I'm listening to the text-to-speech, and then I let it get like 3 to 5 seconds ahead of me, and I start repeating exactly what it says. Whereas here, I'm listening, I'm giving the text-to-speech room to breathe.
At Kimbo 9096 says, heyo.
Oh, wow. Well, welcome, Sophie Jean,
Sophie
obviously.
Jean obviously says, how's the surfing been? First time I've seen you live. Sarah
You guys want to, that's what we can do.
Says, I have to take care of something.
Hi, Sophie just asked, how's the surfing going? And I'm sitting here eating, which I do feel like is rude. So what we can do is we can watch a surfing thing together. And by we watch, I mean you watch, and I'll finish my ice cream, or at least attempt to. She asked how the surfing's going. This is how the surfing's going.
All I saw was crumble.
Crumble.
And smash.
Crumble and smash.
Nice. Sometimes it's hard to figure out who to stay with.
Stay with me, Banana.
There, sorry. Oh, people are getting destroyed.
It was a crazy day.
Hope that person's okay. Alright, I'm supposed to be filming Pete, so keep that in mind.
Follow me.
Alright. Nice.
That's me.
Woo.
I went, woo!
A little jerky with the camera because I didn't have a good amount of time to set up, but
Pretty sure that was me.
nice. Yeah, very excited.
Me? Am I the one that's excited? Probably.
You're about to get smashed. Oh. Get down, Pete. Yeah, nice.
Go
so
me.
Sick.
Sounds like I did some awesome.
Nisha? No? Oh my god, that's huge, girl. You be careful.
Banana's commentary is the best, isn't
She's
it?
smart enough to just take the whitewash. Oh, and she still got crushed.
It's a big day.
Oh, Pete. He was like, I'll just wait till I feel the ground.
I mean, how else are you going to know where you are until you feel the ground and you can't see it, right?
I just wish I had
I guess I took that one like all the way in. I didn't get through my whole ice cream. Sorry about that. I got through a lot of it. And I just realized I lit the microphone up while I was, nope, I have no plans to compete in surfing. There's something in my life that I want to be just for enjoyment only. I'm tired of competing at everything I do. Every once in a while, it's just nice to... Really? Thank you.
At Sophie Jean obviously says I can barely bodyboard. Seriously
yeah, she's
impressive.
got a potty mouth.
Sunrose 8 says it's funny that
She really
Banana
does.
swears a lot and she works with kids.
Wow, thanks for sticking around for so
Cody's
long. I
Wrestling
appreciate
Life
that.
says
I
I've
only
been
started
watching you
doing
Pete
this in
since
2020.
2021. I have loved your comment. At Joni BC says I genuinely love the community Pete has built here. I'm very protective of Pete and Banana, and the people I've come to know over time through the channel. I don't take kindly to anyone ruining this.
I drink bubbles.
I drink bubbles 111 says you are cool.
I did good.
Bogart
Better than a banana.
Says I am sadly resigning
you know what?
to
You know who would like a banana more than the drumstick? Banana. Wait, I dug the heck out of it? I dug the garden?
Says Jesus
Is
loves
that
you,
good?
Your life's a garden and you've dug the heck out of it.
Bye, Kimbo.
Kimbo 14
Wait.
says, well, I gotta hop off of here. I may be in chat, but I gotta keep sound off.
You're saying like not
At
voice
Dragon's
acting?
says, have you ever done real life acting?
Like voice acting's not real? No, I've never done on-camera acting. Well, I've done 1,400. Yeah. Thanks, Kim. Bye. I mean, I've done...
Dankmfangel 420 says, bye, Kim.
It's vanilla,
have a good night.
as far as I
tomorrow.
can tell. Vanilla, and I feel like there's some caramel, but that's probably because only at the bottom. And do you guys say... Yeah?
Cody's Wrestling Life says, have you taught yourself from hearing the text-to-speech over the years?
Kimbo.
Absurd Sitch says, Lada Kimbo.
No, terrible dancer.
Sunrose 8
Definitely
says, do
not
you
good.
consider yourself a good dancer?
Yeah. I'm getting to the part where there's caramel, though. Like, I think that there's caramel in the vanilla ones. They had those, like, nuts on top with the chocolate. Tasted all mostly vanilla, and now I swear there's, like, caramel there. I should make them my sponsor.
5150 says, love those
Brought to you by Blind Penguin Soap and Drumsticks. Oh, yeah. Well, I finished this up. You can watch my commercial. 11 seconds. Then go buy a box of soap, damn it.
The Blind Surfer Show is brought to you by Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap. Order a mystery box, pump the nozzle, and see if you can determine the scent just by smell. When you're ready to know for sure, peel to reveal. Order today at blindpenguin.com.
I can barely understand
There's
what it's
only
saying.
a few boxes left at blindpenguin.com.
At computer account 1 says, but did you see the gorilla?
The drumsticks.
Rekispanish 5150 says they're so good. At Fish Gladiator says, how do
What do you mean,
order
Fish
food whilst
Gladiator?
blind? Like, on your phone?
How else would I order food while blind? This is what we were talking about before. Where I want people to start using their brains. So I'm blind and I want to order food. And he goes, on your phone? No. No, what I do as a blind person is I climb up to my roof. I got a ladder on the side of my house. I get up on the roof. And I stand up on the roof and I start screaming, I need food. And then what I do is I hope for people to come and bring me food because, you know, I'm blind, which means I'm obviously incapable of doing anything myself. I couldn't order DoorDash. I couldn't order Instacart. There's no way I could do Uber Eats. I mean, I can run a whole social media empire. I can surf blind. I can be one of the top voice actors in the country, but how in the world would I get food if I'm blind? You know, I just don't know. I don't know how to be able to pull that off.
At Sophie Jean obviously says, I love satire. At Bevan11 says, when did you first lost your eyesight? Cody's Wrestling Life says, oh, makes sense. At MR Young PR1G says, if you were
I don't
a
know
D&D
enough
class,
about D&D.
like Paladin or Barbarian and
Thank
stuff
you.
like that.
I'm snarky
which would you say
tonight.
best fits
All right.
you? Bogart the Great One says, love the sarcasm.
Bye-bye,
Lol.
Bubbles. Thanks for...
I drink Bubbles 111 says, I gotta go, bye-bye, have a great rest of your day.
Critical thinking is a dying skill.
At Starfire 8742 says, critical thinking is a dying skill. 6:34 p.m. At Fish Gladiator says, like on DoorDash per se, the TTS made me seem like I asked how to order.
I do it with the
how do
text-to-speech.
you do it on your phone, lol? Absurd Sitch says, take
Both.
care, drink Bubbles. At Z the Wee says, is Banana
Yes.
a stage name or
Yo.
the real name?
Yeah,
At
like,
Johnny
yo.
BC
Yo.
says he started losing his vision at H.O. At Slickman Leo says,
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Can you guys see Skylar's? Isn't Steve here too? Oh, he is. I got both the dogs on the couch. That's rare. I think that they both decided to come because they're like, you're spending a lot of time in there this past week. If we're going to hang out with you, we're going to hang out with you.
Cody's Wrestling
there.
Life says, wait, since when did you get other dog? At
Am I doing that?
654 says, how are you today? I'm trying to make
Nice.
people feel better
That's
than they
rare.
are. Dankmfangel 420 says we got both dogs
Both
tonight.
dogs. Both dogs
At
and the
Sir
penguin.
Sitch says comedy is a great form of being honest about
Where you going?
society's
Where you
ills.
going?
It's a timeless tradition. Bogart the Great One says
I don't really want you on that side, Skylar.
At Starfire 8742 says hi Skylar. At Fish Gladiator says I've never seen the TTS at work on a phone. Sorry, I'm trying to learn Red Heart.
Who from what? I don't know what that
At
is.
Slickman Leo says you sound like the voice actor for Madara from Naruto.
If you were,
At
then,
Joni BC
then
says
you should
sweet.
know.
You were here when he told
What is
the story
Skylar
behind
doing?
the
I can't
nickname.
She really wants to sit up on this arm up here, but I can't have her on the arm. There's too much
named Skylar.
equipment.
At Matejab
That's true.
3983 says
I got a
Jason.
couple button
He has a
pads.
button
This
pad
one
that he knows
controls
what button each
the
does.
original text lady who always goes on strike after like an hour. And then, oh, I feel like, what is Skylar doing? She's like quivering. Dude, you literally just asked that. You heard it get asked. Then you heard me say, I don't know. I don't know Dungeons and Dragons that well. Then 15 seconds went by and you asked the same question again. I still don't know. I didn't know 15 seconds ago and I don't know now. But if I need to answer in order to get you to stop asking, mage, I'd be a mage. There.
At Jenny
How's
says
that?
she is looking for dropouts from the ice cream.
Maybe this is the breaking. When did I get my dog?
11 says I like you so much I'm your subscriber. When did you get your dog and I what about?
I didn't know that. The fig. Steve is 3, Skylar's 7. I got them both when they were about 10 weeks old, maybe 11. I think I got Steve when he was 11 weeks old. Hold on a second. I ate my ice cream way too fast. I wonder, you see the people like Snap online. You're like, oh, they finally lost it. I wonder if that will happen to me someday. I wonder if it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is my 6th day in a row of doing streams, and you're getting me there. You're getting me close. I might snap eventually. I'm not really sure, but even if I do, it'll probably be in a fun way. I'm not actually going to really get mad. I would check that, but you're lying.
At Fernando Tyson says you have a booger on your nose.
This is true.
Joni BC says Pete has 2 dogs, the same 2 dogs he had 20 minutes
So
ago.
it's not
and
just
an hour
me.
ago.
So me and Joni are getting, we're both getting snarked in the chat tonight. Hey, thanks for the follow.
Bogart the Great One says it's
Was someone
probably the weight
seriously
difference is an
asking
easy
how do I
guess.
know the difference
Steve
between the
probably
2
feels
dogs?
Like a bag of bricks when he hops on Pete.
Steve is a 60-pound German short-haired pointer, and Skylar is a 9.5-pound Malshi. Like, God, the questions are just dumb on top of dumb tonight.
Sunrose 8 says Pete, I would love a stream of you playing some text-to-speech game. Apparently there's a very funny one called
this is kind of a text-to-speech. Oh, why do I get the dog something? I don't know. The thing stopped. Yeah, like the how can I tell the difference between the 2 dogs? I mean, close your eyes. Try and figure out what you could figure out. Here's what. That's the problem. This is the problem with my thinking. I discovered the flaw in my own thinking. The people that ask stupid questions like that, I always say to them, if you closed your eyes, could you figure it out? But then they're asking those questions because they're dumb. So what I need to say is, ask those questions, pretend you have a normal intelligence, then tell me if you can figure it out. That would be a better way for those people to be able to answer their own
Jenny
questions.
Jenny says this should be a short.
Choking on my ice cream cone. Whoa.
At Sophie Jean obviously says I have 3 chihuahuas. One is a dwarf chi with autistic-like traits and a little cleft lip. Sunrose 8 says I don't think you should waste your energy answering questions they could figure out themselves in literally 2 seconds.
Do I smoke sauce? I don't even know what that means.
SS6
I don't smoke anything, so I guess I can answer that question. In the negative. Nope, I don't smoke anything. All right, where'd you guys go? Now, oh, there we go. I started with a catch surf. My very first one was a
says, what surfboard did you start out
7-footer? No, 8-footer. Nope, not at all. Not even a little bit.
At Dragon's Access, have you noticed
my very first board was an 8-foot catch surf, a foamy. Then I went to a 6'4" catch surf. And then after that, I went to a 6'2" pod mod from Channel Islands. And the board behind me is it's very similar to that one. It's a 6'2" Rob Machado's Seaside and Beyond. Hold on one second. I'm just logging into Twitch for a second. What's going on? Dismiss? What am I trying? Oh, I need to dismiss that. Settings. Stream manager. Oh, creator dashboard. That's where I need to be. Just trying to check something here real quick. This is me navigating text to speech. Wait. So I've been on for I did my 2 hours. I did. It's like I'm doing time. It's like I'm doing like a probation here. I did 2 hours and 13 minutes. I got 713 viewers, and there's 18 people in here. Man, we got to 30 last night. I was hoping that would be able to get to 30 again. I shouldn't be complaining about 18 because it wasn't that.
Says, did you smoke when you were 20?
The surfing in
5150 says I want to get into
the surfing in Florida is not. Oh, damn it. I hit the button before I heard the new name there. Hey, Catherine, miss, I don't know what you're about to say. I mean, definitely try to take it up, but I've heard that the good surf days in Florida are few and far between. Steve, I feel Steve back because he's the heavy-footed one. Oh, and there's his big head too. But there's so many people that like become like lifer surfers, like surfing is life, like soccer's life. That so many of them move from Florida out here because there's just so many, like basically you could surf almost every day out here in San Diego. Steve, his dog Pug
577 says tell your dogs my Pug love bug says hi.
Yes, exactly.
Johnny BC says Dragonzak. No heightening of senses, he just relies on others more.
I don't want to do it competitively either.
5150 says I want to take it up as a hobby, not really competitive.
Yep.
Rikispanish 5150
No, I've only ever surfed in California. I only started surfing after I moved here.
It says have you surfed in Oregon?
I don't do drugs. Nope.
Johnny BC says Pete doesn't do drugs.
I can hear chat when I put it up.
3983
I see. Now he's showing off. I see. I don't see.
Dragonzak says oh, I see.
Hey, thanks for checking me out. I appreciate it. Want to see me closer? There we go. Now you can see me even closer. Hello. And now I'll put the chat back on. And I wish it would activate. Oh, there we go. You are most welcome.
Rikispanish 5150 says super
I think
cool.
because I'm doing it every day, I don't need to do like a 4-hour stream every night, do I?
Impossible Possum 123 says don't touch. Danger. Must be the most scary thing to read in Braille. Absurd says I've always thought it would be great to have a long vacation in an affordable country with good waves and just learn to surf. Venfredit says what inspired you to start YouTube?
What? I don't smoke. I don't smoke. I feel like the questions are getting dumber.
When you studying smoking?
Yeah. What inspired me to start YouTube? I feel like I've told all the stories too many times. I feel like I'm getting tired of telling my own stories. So there was a story that was done on me by the local Fox affiliate out here, and they did a fairly decent job. But it was just a little piece on Fox 5 San Diego, and off of that little piece, it was about me being a blind surfer here in San Diego. I just kept getting like question after question after question after question. And I was like, I bet you I could answer these. I'm trying to find all the chocolate that dripped on the couch so Steve doesn't eat any of it. I was like, I bet you I could answer those questions myself if I did a YouTube channel. That's the short answer. That is the short answer right there. And you're right, Joni. The chat is. So here's the thing about getting into voice acting. If you go to voiceuniversity.com, everything you could ever possibly want to know about getting into voice acting is there. It's this amazing resource. Go to voiceuniversity.com. You can sign up and you will learn everything you've ever wanted to know about getting a voice. I did it the hard way. I had to figure it out from scratch on my own without people like telling me how to get work. And I just kind of like sat down and grabbed my shovel and started digging away. And I was like, how do I do this? And then about a year and a half ago, I took all that information and I put it on voiceuniversity.com.
Angel 420 says, "Hey hero,
thank you. I appreciate that. Let's get out. Let's get out.
Boy 7116 says, "Love what you do, man."
Let's elevate. Let's bring it up. Let's I don't want to walk out being like, man, I was grumpy at the chat tonight.
Emma Glenn's K9P says hi. Sunrose
still at 17.
Have you thought about growing out
I'm good
your
with it at this level.
Milivaj says thanks.
There's just 3 guitars that my dad gave to me.
Says I saw your guitars hanging on the wall. Can we talk about the collection? Searstadre says something interesting to ask. Does blindness change the ways you use your hands? I am a natural lefty and have to live in a right.
Jenny just cheered 200 bits.
Thanks, ABC.
The blind husband and I hope you have a great night.
Thank you. So that means you guys are getting out of here. So I think people can do about 2 hours with me. That seems to be about the max. Or maybe I can only do 2 hours and then I start getting grumpy. I think everybody's like, I'm getting out of here. He's yelling at people. And I don't know if being blind makes me use my hands differently. It makes me use them a lot more. I did a shoot with Nisha the other day where she was telling me to floss. And I'm like, I can't just floss because I can't see that there's anything in my teeth. So I have to floss and feel it. So I definitely...
150 says, okay, cool. I'm V and play guitar. You have some pretty nice
I use
guitars.
I
Herobrine
Oh, that's nice. I feel like
60,464 says, I just got here. App Jenny says we stay until the end.
I feel like the chat is just going
Herobrine
crazy.
60,464 says, but I've been
Well,
watching
they
him
said
on
they're gonna stay
YouTube
here
for a
till the end.
while. App
No,
Sarksage says,
No, I don't play video games. I don't have time for video games. I definitely don't have any time for video. If there's so many people here and everybody's chatting, can you all come on over to Twitch? Just go over to Twitch, follow @PeteGustin. I mean, it's going to be kind of fun because when you do, Steve here is going to pop up on the screen, like the picture of Steve. And then, I didn't even know this, Lola Tupaz last night told me that every time someone follows me on Twitch, not only does Steve's face show up on the screen, but then he gets blasted in the face with confetti. Which every once in a while I feel like I would like to do with Steve, like when he steals stuff from me, like steals my lunch, or he takes my pillow, or God forbid if he ever ran away with Petey the Penguin, I'd want to blast him in the face with confetti. Not really. He'd probably be like, "Yay, this is fun!" But I guess that's visually what happens when someone follows me on Twitch at @PeteGustin. I will be back tomorrow, and basically every day. Yeah, we're on this whole thing. Everything is on Twitch. Everything is on Twitch. It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook. It's on TikTok. We are all over the place, but that's okay. It was
Angel 420 says, I have fun with these streams. Felt bad I wasn't here in the beginning.
Well, that's why Banana encouraged me to grow
so
it to this level. That's why someone asked, like, would I grow a bigger beard? And she's like, no, don't do that. She told me that my chin shape. See, there you go.
Evie Bunny just followed.
Evie Bunny just followed. It is fun. I mean, it takes. Thank you, Evie Bunny. You made Steve come up, and I can't confirm, but like I said, I heard he gets blasted in the face with the confetti. Surfing is fun once you learn how to do it, but the learning curve is just, oh my God. It's like 9 months of getting brutalized, another 6 months of like kind of figuring it out, and then it starts to be fun. And then you still get brutalized every now and then because the ocean can be mean. The ocean can be a mean and scary place, but it can also be a lot of fun. I mean, I wouldn't go out there if it was mean every time. Cape on
BC says
track.
Impossible Possum. That's not part of this larger conversation. Please try to keep up. Herobrine 60,464 says, I'm very grateful that you stream because it makes my bad days good days, so thank you.
Oh, a channel like trying to stay on track.
5150 says, ooh, nice a
challenge. We have
challenge.
possums out here. Banana tells me we have little possums that like run back and forth in our backyard on a fence. I'm talking about like, we have like a little fence with like a tube on the, like a normal chain link fence, and the possums run across the top of the fence. I was like, man, they got some good balance. Well, he's been showing that he's
Sunrose
able to
says,
handle
I thought
it.
The big dogs weren't allowed in the stream room. Angel 420 says,
yeah, as long as
Joni BC says, Evie, he doesn't play video games.
That seems like a lot of points.
Says,
I think you can redeem those for like special emotes, emojis, and there's a lot of stuff you can do with channel points on Twitch. I still need to read up on it myself. All I know is that everything that happens there is that I can, the text to speech on Twitch is awesome, and also I can't keep blowing Twitch. I want you to go there. The fact that we only got the one person to come over, it makes me sad. I don't ask much from you guys. Just come on over and follow me on Twitch. I don't ask for that much. Favorite music is, I don't know, whatever mood I'm in at the moment. If I need something chill, I'll listen to some like Alice in Chains. If I'm working out, I'll listen to Hyper Crush. If I'm looking for something nostalgic, I'll throw on Jimmy Page. If I want to remember being back in Boston, I'll listen to Aerosmith. If I want to remember being in high school, I'll listen to 90s grunge or maybe some Beastie Boys.
Just Love Enjoy just followed.
Ah, what a sweet username too. Just Love Enjoy. That's nice. Can't beat Just Love Enjoy. Thank you for coming over. At least one person is making my dreams come true.
I Love Akoy says, hey man, I was curious how to help someone who's becoming blind. My friend has an issue which is causing him to become blind, and he's starting to freak out about it. Do you have any recommendations? Rikispanish 5150 says, good taste. Card Sousa says, do a move into please.
Well, you can download it. What is a move into? Like, what does that do a move into? That person, some relative, I missed the beginning of it, is starting to go blind and is freaking out. Like, just prepare. Like that's all I spent my whole life preparing. I knew I was going to lose my eyesight. I learned to use text to speech, learned my way around my room, just kind of like or my house rather, just kind of learned everything I could with the eyesight that I had so that when away, I was prepared for it. Just prepare, 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 and hopefully you'll be prepared enough that you'll be fine to keep on cranking.
Last Tried 1987 just followed.
Thank you, Lost Tribe. I appreciate that. Thanks for coming on over and joining the big fun community over here on Twitch.
246 says Batman versus Gordon Ramsay. Who wins? At Trevor Dominates Battlefield says, have you ever done any skateboarding? At Jenny says,
have I ever done skateboarding? Yeah, quite a bit. There's a boatload of videos of me skating. Dropping into a ramp, skating down a drainage ditch, using handboards, carver boards. There's a lot of skateboarding content in mine. I mean, whatever. I'm like testy at the end of the day today, so I guess I shouldn't expect you to know every video of mine. But yes, I've definitely done a lot of skateboarding. I was going to reach for a LT skateboard that's been next to me for a while. Oh, that I never got to finish that damn sentence. So LT skateboard was right next to me for a while, and then I moved it over there today, but Steve knocked it down right before the show, and then I couldn't find it. I basically removed it because I kept getting a bunch of people just asking me what it was, what is it, what is it, what is it, what is it. It's apparently a very cool design. But it was so distracting. People couldn't, because it's a very it's apparently an awesome design if you look at it on the bottom of a skateboard, but having it be right next to me for the whole night, I was getting a bunch of personal messages on Instagram, Blind Surfer Pete Gustin. People were like, what the heck is that? So I decided to remove the distraction. Just
there's so many different
I think I'll put it back up over there. That might be the equipment that I ordered. Which this might be a good time to wrap it up and go play with my new equipment so that I can hang out with you guys.
Herobrine 60,464 says, I will tell my mom that.
That's okay. No, I didn't mean to be rude. Trevor.
Says, no, I think I have seen you skating. I remembered right after I asked my bad. Herobrine 60,464 says, thank you. Sunrose 8 says, Pete, my parents have been simultaneously going through some health stuff last few months, and I want you to know your streams have really kept me company. At Jenny says, no problem.
I mean, yeah, I've done that.
Says, will you do a movie into Please coming soon to you SpongeBob SquarePants?
Unfamiliar places are hard.
Is it hard to move to a new house or visit someone else's
Unfamiliar places are very difficult.
At Joni BC says, Lovacoy, ask your friend what they would like help
I'll be back tomorrow. Steve, you want to be back tomorrow?
150 says, thank you for the good night.
Thank you. Let me fire off my my out of here music.
142 says, have a good night, Pete.
Thanks. I'll give you guys a couple seconds to chat at each other. And then especially things that I got paid to do already. Good night. I'll be back tomorrow. I think I'll try and be on at 4:30 tomorrow.
Says, have a good night, Pete.
Thanks, Blind Husband and Jenny. You too, Bunny.
Husband says, have a great night, everybody. Nice seeing you.
We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
David Bunny says, have a great night. Bogart the Great One says, yay, Steve is coming back. Screaming Drag 0N says, good night. Herobrine 60,464 says, I have to go, but I will definitely catch you next stream. Thank you. At Jenny says, have a good night, Pete. See you tomorrow.